Yeah. Judah Bing. Rolling with the punches. Time to tune in, go alert your cool friends. You can even let the tough guys and the goons in. They not the sinister six, but quite similar. After one set, son, I bet your ass remember them. Cats feminine, be gossiping and whispering. You can't resemble them. Competition, they diminish them. They got a starting five, Tommy playing point guard. BVO the center, D3 is the small forward. Sock the shooting guard, Marky Dan the PF. With D3 the sixth man, you sinking like quicksand. Too many channels making false and fake articles. We maintain remarkable and break them into particles. If you don't try to start with us, then we won't start with you. Cause it can finish quick, we ain't with the sissy shit. Plus we got Keith Cologne in El Fondo. I don't think you wanna fuck with Lo Mi Hair del Mundo. So just chill, ease back, and enjoy the vibe. Like the video, hit the bell and subscribe. Just chill, ease back, and enjoy the live. Hit the bell, like the video, you hear me, yo? Yeah, word 'em up. Judah Bing. Rolling with the punches. Yeah. You know the deal. Tommy from the Bronx. Rolling with the punches. Word 'em up. Okay. You see what I'm talking about? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Rolling with the Punches podcast with Judah Bing.
Yo, wait. I got a surprise. Hold up 1 second. Hold up.
Yeah. Welcome to D3 Sports, where the NFL and not the NBA take the stage and hold center court. This be your channel for live, insightful commentary, your one fat source for combat sports. I hope you keeping up, cause I don't wanna lose y'all. Free got the illest insight on boxing and foosball. Hosted by D3, this channel dives deep into the X's and O's, so what be stepping on toes? Of course your man Judah always flexing his flows. I hope you checking your tone, give mad respect for the show. This ain't a channel for hate, you dudes ain't smooth enough, and if you cowards wanna debate, my man will chew you up. A lot of streamers be frontin', son, get your money up. He broadcasting live from the District of Columbia. Subscribe now and stay locked all season long, and bob your head to the music of my theme song. Yeah. You know the deal. It's Judah Bing. Shout out to D3. Broadcasting live from Washington, D.C. Word 'em up. Yo, tune in. He going live. NFL Sunday. Word 'em up. Yeah.
Champion of the world. Shout out to TD Sports. TD Sports. Let's go, chat.
What's good, man? Hope everybody is doing well on this Friday night, ready for the big weekend, big football weekend, playoff weekend. I am Thomas from the Bronx, aka Tommy D. And I'm your host for the show, but I also have another host, one of my good friends, and probably one of the best hosts on YouTube. My man D3 is in the building. What's good, D3? How you doing on this Friday night? And wait. It's a special day. January the 16th. somebody was born, and it wasn't me. My man D Free. Happy birthday to D Free. Yo, how does it feel to be 63 years old, bro?
What's good? What's good? Hey, I'm blessed to be on this earth for another year. I never thought that I would see 50 years old, so I'm blessed to be able to say I saw 50 years old. There's a lot of people that didn't make it to 50, and so I'm blessed. I had a nice day with the family. Me and my wife and my grandkids went out to eat, so I had a great day today.
That's what's up, man. Happy birthday. Wish you many, many more to come. And obviously you enjoyed your day. Hopefully you enjoy your birthday weekend. It's always great having you on here, hosting, talking sports, whenever we get a chance to come on and talk sports, you know what I'm saying? And I really do appreciate you. I appreciate you as a host, and I appreciate you as a friend as well. So much love to you. And, once again, happy birthday to my man, D Free.
Appreciate it.
All right. Let's see who's in the building real quick. See who's here early. Shower's in the building. Yes, indeed, boxing. Hope everything is good with you, Shower. Grand evening. My man Joe Townsend is in the building, man. Says salute TD and the family. Salute to you, Joe Townsend. Big weekend. I know you're not a Niner fan, but you're in the Bay Area, so tomorrow night's a big night. Yeah, more for me than anybody else, but and then we got my man Opin LD, who is a Niner fan. Oh, Jesus Christ. Salute to you, Opin LD. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. E Plays in the building saying happy birthday to you, D Free. Salute to you, E Plays, for coming in and showing love and support. And that's it for now. But as you guys come in, I'll highlight you guys. If you got any comments, suggestions, I may open the panel a little bit. We got a bunch of things to talk about. Not many things in boxing. There is some boxing news, but wanted to talk some football and about the playoffs. I'm going to give a chance for Sock, who always is late, to give him some time to come in, and so we can go and talk about some football in the playoffs. We got 4 big games this weekend. Obviously, my team, the Seahawks, are playing tomorrow night, but we'll get into that a little bit. We'll talk a little bit of boxing. As you see on the screen, that is me. With a very swollen Dalton Smith. This is a perfect picture of where you can say, you should see the other guy, right? Because this is the guy that won. And look at his face. And it probably looks a little bit better than another picture I took with him after the fight. You see he's stitched up, and that was stitches from punches, not from a headbutt. They battled, and I was in the building last Saturday. It was a good card. It was a good, fun card, especially if he's there live. Very exciting, very entertaining. I was very happy with the production. I was very upset that there was hardly anybody there, though. That was very disappointing. But, it was a fun card to be at. And those that got to watch it on TV, you had to understand that it was very fun, the card. Maybe some fighters you may not know, other than the main event. I knew some of them already before coming in to this, like Nestor Bravo, who had a sick knockout that night with a crazy uppercut. To see that in person, to see the guy falling asleep standing up before Timber, that was crazy. So that was, it was an amazing night. My guy lost, right? I did pick Smith to win, but I was rooting for Matias, and hopefully Matias almost had him out of there. In that 4th round, Smith was hurt. I don't know if you guys could tell on TV. He was a little wobbly. He was hurt in that 4th round. Like I said, I haven't seen it on TV yet. I've seen it in person. I see some highlights, but mostly the highlights have been of the knockout. So I haven't really seen like how the production was on TV, But from my view, Smith was hurt, and the fact that he came in the 5th round and got a knockout. Also want to let you know there was a big brawl in the 5th round. So I missed most of the action of the 5th round. So I did record the 3rd and the 4th round, some fight action. I'll play it for you in a minute here. But that 5th round, it was like a brawl next to us. So everybody's paying attention to the brawl. They were trying to clear it out. It was bananas. And then when I turned to my left to the fight, it was like 10 seconds and, back and forth. And then Dalton Smith, stopped Matias. So I missed everything up to the, before the knockout, which is crazy. But nevertheless, it was a phenomenal fight, phenomenal show. Salute both guys. Salute to Matias. he went in there. He had to face a lot of distractions, leading up to this fight. And we spoke about that. I made a video about it. I didn't think he looked as good as I would have liked him to look on Thursday at the press conference. I thought there was a lot of emotion there as well. A little bit too much respect. He's a very respectful guy, but I think it was a little bit too much respect at the press conference and weigh-in. I didn't like that. That was another reason why I picked Smith to win. Although I didn't think Smith would win by knockout, I had Smith outboxing him, winning a decision. So, and then credit obviously to Dalton Smith coming on the road, first time in the state, and for a world title. So credit to him. He had a good, a population of Brits with him. And like I said, he didn't have to fight the way he did because that first round, he totally outboxed Matias. And he was landing at will. He had Matias in the back foot, and then in the second round, like midway through, he kind of changed and started fighting Matias's fight, which is not good. When you're fighting a guy like Matias. So, right. The UK fans had to be a little bit worried, watching that because, like I said, he got into a firefight. He was hurt, and Matias was hurt. Both of them were hurt. But like I said, credit to Dalton Smith, the new WBC super lightweight champion. I'm going to switch over to you, D-Free. You tell us what your thoughts were with your view watching on TV, because obviously you had a different view.
I saw it after it went down because I didn't pay for the pay-per-view. So I was able to go back and watch it later. Matias had him hurt bad in the fourth round. And I thought Matias was going to step on the gas in the fifth round. And it looked like he tried, but he got caught with a big shot. And it kind of slowed him down. And it was an opening for Smith to be able to step on the gas. But it was a good fight. I mean, that card itself was a good card. I mean, like you said, there was a lot of guys that a lot of people don't know. There was a lot of fighters on it that I didn't see before. So it was a chance for me to get to see these guys for the first time. And there was a lot of good fights on there. And it was unexpected because you knew about the two guys in the main event and you knew about Keith Cologne, but there was the other guys that, like, we didn't really know who they was. But it was definitely a good entertaining card for it to be a fight card of a lot of unknown fighters. It was a good entertaining card. But Dalton Smith, hats off to him. He did something that I didn't expect to happen. And like you said, you picked him to win by decision. And I said, if Dalton Smith was going to win this fight, he was going to outbox him. I didn't see him knocking Matias out. I thought Matias would be able to land some big shots and be able to hurt Dalton Smith, which he did. It just he wasn't able to capitalize on it. And I had picked Matias by a late round stoppage. But I also said that this was a 50-50 fight because I knew Dalton Smith was a tough individual. I just favored Matias because he's been in there with better opponents. So I favored Matias. But by no means Dalton Smith is not a slouch. He's a tough, durable guy, and he can be a problem for a lot of fighters at 140 if you take him lightly.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, listen, the way I kind of envisioned it was that I thought, not that I thought, I believe, and now it kind of showed, I believe he's a much better athletic fighter than Liam Parrow. And Liam Parrow, we saw what he did going to Puerto Rico and defeating Matias, who I thought Matias wasn't as focused in that fight as well. Certain little things and nitbits. Like I already made my prediction before the fight, but like, I have the video. I didn't upload it or anything, but to see Matias come into the ring and then kind of interacting, taking pictures in the crowd, I don't really want to see that. Maybe high five some guys, go to the ring and handle your business. So like, I don't know. It's just like, to me, and I don't know if I'm being picky or not. It's just you're not as focused as what you got to do when you're going in there not just high-fiving, taking selfies with people in the side and stuff like that, stopping for the fans that were at the rail. So to me, that kind of like was like, I'm not feeling it. But, either way, he got the fight he wanted as far as like the style. he just got outworked and outmuscled and just, outpunched. I mean, Dalton Smith is a very accurate puncher. We said this. I've said this. I think I was on I was on Shower's live last week, and I said these things, and so does Shower. Like, he's very accurate in his punches. He has good punch placement. He can go to the body as well. He got the stab jab to the body as well. Dalton Smith is a good fighter. It's just that we've never seen him on this level, right? Now he's at the championship level and traveling, coming overseas, time differential, all of those factors come into play. So, like I said, you got to give the guy props. Listen, the Ring Magazine just did their rankings, for the super lightweight division. They ranked him number 1 because of this. So, he beats Matias, who they call the boogeyman. He's got Hitchens 2, Puello number 3. No, Teofimo's the champion, right? So that's how they do it. It's like he's the ring belt champion. So Dalton Smith, they got ranked number 1. Hitchens 2, Puello 3, Barboza 4, which I don't agree with at all. Gary Antoine 5, I don't agree with that at all. I think all the champions should be 1, 2, 3, and then 4, right? So who we've got, which is Teal's the other champion. So 1, 2, and 3. So that's what I feel should be. But this is the rankings, the latest rankings. I guess he done enough to be ranked number 1. Teofimo's got a big fight at the end of the month. He's going to fight Shakur for the ring belt and for his WBO super lightweight title. So all eyes on them. Where does Dalton Smith go from here? He wants to unify. I think he needs a break. Obviously, if you see the picture with me and him, he looks swollen. He needs time to heal. He took a lot of punishment. So I don't expect him back in the ring until maybe like sometime in the summer. That's what I think. That doesn't mean I make the decisions. Saying I probably would recommend that. So let's see what happens. Hitchens is supposed to be in a fight with Duarte. I don't know if that's confirmed yet or signed yet. It's supposed to be the undercard of Ryan Garcia and Barrios, which I don't understand because that's a Golden Boy card. And I thought Hitchens was a matchroom fighter. So there's a lot of weird stuff happening in the boxing world, right? And we're going to get to that a little bit too, like just to stay kind of on track with Dalton Smith and Matias. I'm going to play a couple videos, some action, from my view, so maybe you can hear the crowd, hear the punches as you can. I mean, they were both taking some wicked shots. So just bear with me. I'm going to play a couple of videos now for you guys because I didn't upload them. I figured it'd be better if you guys watch them here. So I'm not sure if this is round 3 or 4 because the idiot me, I didn't kind of, rename the file. So I apologize. So here we go. Here's one of the rounds here. Just a minute of each. So I believe that was round 4. So here's a little bit of round 3, and then we'll talk about both these rounds. And you guys in the comments, let me know what you think. Watching like if you was there live. Pretty crazy. What's your take on that? And then on top of that, also a lot of people saying that the ref may have stopped it early. What's your take on what you just saw, and your thoughts on Ricky Gonzalez stopping the fight? You're on mute.
I forgot. But no, that was it was a typical Matias type of fight where he doesn't have any defense and he takes a lot of shots. You can say that the referee stopped the fight early, but if you look at how Matias got knocked down, he got hit behind the ear, and when he got down, he tried to get to his knees, and he was still a little wobbly. And then even when he stood up, he was wobbly getting back to the ropes. So you never know what the referees see when they look them in the eyes, because the referee looked them in the eyes when they tell him step forward. And so you don't know if the man's eyes might have been a little crossed or what. You don't know exactly what the referee sees. So I'm not the one making that call. The referee saw something that none of us actually saw. We just saw Matias get up and he said he was ready to go. But I mean, a lot of times, like I said, those eyes tell it all. You can see if a guy's eyes is glossy or anything like that. So it's a judgment call. And I believe if he would have let it go, I think Matias was going to get stopped in that round because he was hurt badly. He was still a little wobbly and everything. So I think Matias would have got stopped badly in that fight if he would have let it go. So I'm not mad with the referee stopping the fight. The fans wanted the fight to go on because Matias said he was ready to go, but at the same time, the fans would be the ones to say the referee should have stopped the fight if something bad would have happened to Matias. So it's a catch-22 either way, because if the referee let it go and Matias get hit with a big shot and he get hospitalized, people want to say, well, the referee should have stopped it. He wasn't even able to get back to his knees properly. So it's a judgment call. So I'm not mad at the referee.
Yeah, that's very good points, and I agree with you. I mean, there's a part of me that wanted the fight to continue because he did get up, he wanted to go. He is the champion. You know, he's his promoter's the one putting up the show. I felt like as the champion, you should at least get another chance to go on your shield. But on the other side of that coin, you know, I know Ricky Gonzalez. He's a good referee. He's also of Puerto Rican descent, and he's from the Bronx here in New York. I've got to speaking to him a few times. We've had him on Keeping in the Ring show a couple of times, and I spoke to him in person twice. You know, real good guy, good integrity, so I mean, so I have to take it. If Ricky saw something, he's getting more and more fights. He did the Brian Norman, Devin Haney fight in Saudi. Usually refs stay local, right? So they're using Ricky a little bit more. So I have to take his word for it. If he saw something in Matias's eyes, then I can't question the stoppage. But me personally, I would have thought like he got up, he's ready to go. Let him get it, if Dalton starts hitting him a couple of shots, then yeah, stop it. We've seen refs stop the fight, just off of like 2 punches, you know what I'm saying? That land clean. Mm-hmm. So yeah, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, Matias could have got hurt bad. He was very hurt. He was hurt in the previous round, just like Dalton. So, him getting knocked down the way he did, and then coming back up, yeah, he was pretty much, a damaged fighter, and he was getting hit with too many clean shots, both fighters. So I'd have to say, I'm 50-50 on it, but I'm okay with it either way. So Bentley says, no footwork, gas, all the perfect ingredients for elite fighter like Shakur to eat them. Absolutely. And that was only the 5th round, and that's what I'm saying. A little crazy that Dalton fought that way because he doesn't really fight like that. You know what I'm saying? So I would have been interested to see how the fight would have went on if he didn't get that knockdown because, like I said, both guys were hurt. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's coming through. I'll try to highlight everybody as they come through. I see you. I appreciate you guys coming through, whether you're on D-Free's platform or my platform. Definitely appreciate it. Also wish my guy D-Free a happy birthday. He's 73 years old today. He just got older. I said 50. It's my man D Free's birthday, so don't forget to wish him a happy birthday as well. Shower brought up a good point. I'm gonna switch over to the other fight before we come back to the card because I want to talk about Keith. The ref was bad in the Adja Caballel Damian Kanimba fight. Did you get to see that fight?
Yeah, that was a bad stoppage. That was a bad stoppage.
Terrible stoppage.
Now that right there was a bad stoppage. I definitely agree with that, because he didn't land any shots when he was on the ropes and he was swinging back. And I'm like, why did you stop the fight? He wasn't hurt. He didn't land any shots. He got caught with a clean shot and he went down, but Caballel wasn't landing any shots at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, he was swinging to stop, to get the referee to stop it, but he wasn't landing anything. So I'm like, nah, that was a bad stoppage. But I figured Caballel probably was going to end up stopping because Caballel started landing clean shots more and more as the fight went on. Early on, Caballel was getting beat up in the first 1.5 rounds. He was getting beat up. He couldn't get past the jab, and then once he landed a couple of body shots and the guy started slowing down, Caballel started landing more and more clean shots. So I had a feeling Caballel was going to end up stopping him. But at that point, I don't think it called for a stoppage.
Yeah, I 1,000% agree with you. I think eventually Caballel was going to get him out of there, but this was Kanimba's, first big opportunity. I've seen him fight a few times in person, which is crazy to see Damian Kanimba, to see him in person 3 times at 3 fights is crazy. I don't know how many people could say that, but I thought he won the first round, Kanimba, but other than that, again, Caballel pretty much was in control the rest of the fight. Yeah, but I think it was a bad stop. I think eventually he would have got him out of there, but he wasn't really hurt where, he couldn't defend himself. Like, I think he would have still been able to defend himself and go on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely a bad stoppage, real early. And, you take away from what Damian Kanimba did, right? So now at least what he could say now is like the referee stopped it, that he was good and he could still kind of build off of that. But other than that, yeah, terrible stoppage. Salute to everybody coming through in the building. I see you guys, but Adja Caballel, man, I think he's one of the best heavyweights right now, and I want to see him fight Usyk already. I mean, I don't know where you rank Adja Caballel. I mean, I know we have Wardley up there. We got Moses, who's moving up the rankings pretty fast. But I think Caballel is the number 1 guy behind Usyk.
Yeah, I would say Caballel is the number 1 guy behind Usyk. Wardley, he's pretty much straight up and down. He just swings a lot of big shots. I don't think he has anything for a guy like Usyk except for a puncher's chance. And we've seen guys in there who's a big puncher and Usyk be able to maneuver his way through that fight multiple times throughout his career. I would love to see what Fabio and Caballel look like in a fight together. But I know they're not going to try to match those guys up. Well, Caballel fighting Wardley wouldn't be a bad matchup because Wardley is a champion because Usyk had dropped the belt and Wardley picked that belt up. So that's still a championship fight for Caballel, but I think he wants to get the Usyk fight because there's more money in it and it's multiple belts. So I'm not mad at Caballel if they're waiting around for Usyk fight. I'm not sure if he's going to get that fight because it seemed like Usyk is only trying to get the Deontay Wilder fight, and then he's going to call it quits. That's the vibe that I got when they was asking him what is he going to do next. It seemed like he's going to fight Deontay Wilder, and then he might end up calling it quits because really at this point, outside of fighting Deontay Wilder, there's nothing else left for him to do. He's beaten everybody. All these guys that they talking about now are upcoming guys that either young in the game or these guys are just now getting onto the scene. So it's like, okay, you got an old man trying to prove that he's still the top dog with these young guys and these upcoming fighters. And when he's been on the top for a while now. He's been on the top of cruiserweight, and then he climbed his way to the top at heavyweight, and he's been there ever since he beat AJ. And ever since he beat AJ, and then he beat Tyson Fury. So he's been there for a while.
I just want to highlight this comment. Shawa, Damian is nice, but Agit is on his way to great things. I don't know about Damian being nice. I think you're giving him a little bit too much credit. I think he's good. I think he got a good jab. I think he's above average, and he's he's good. He's got a good right hand. What I will say about this that I noticed that was weird. There was no Sean George. Sean George, I believe, is his trainer. He was not in the corner of the fight, which is weird. And I thought that would have been one of the advantages they had because Sean George also trains the Chinaman. Why can't I get his name? Zhang. He also trains him, and Zhang lost to Caballel, but you would think that he'd be there again. Seeing Caballel in person. So that was very weird to me. But Damian, I mean, he's going to get another opportunity, I believe. It's his first loss. Traveling overseas. I believe he's Polish. But he lives out in Jersey. He trains in Jersey. So, I mean, I guess he's American for now, I guess, whatever. Has a decent fan base in America. He sells a good amount of tickets when they fought in Jersey. So, but I don't know about nice. I think you're being a little bit too nice. I'm going to drop the link, for the boxing set. We're going to get to football in a little bit. But anybody could come up. We could talk a little bit of boxing. There's a couple things going on in the boxing world besides the fights. I want to go and shift over to now Keith Cologne as I scroll through these comments. BVO says Usyk might get stopped by him. I believe so too. I believe so too. But we're never gonna know unless they get in the ring and do it. Charles said I said it before. I'll stick to it. He's my guy in heavyweight. Yep, Caballel's my guy too. And I think 903 said that earlier as well. Best heavyweight right now. Yep. Let's see who's up here. Anything? Let me try and scroll. I'm trying to catch up. But yeah, he's Polish. Okay, thank you, Shaw. He is Polish. Yes. So yeah.
Usyk, Caballel is outside of Usyk is probably the best heavyweight out there right now. But Usyk, he gained my respect, and he's one of those fighters that because he has beaten pretty much everybody, you got to beat him in order for me to say, okay, he's going to win against him. It's like a Turnbull Crawford. Until I see somebody beat him, I'm not okay. I got a favorite Usyk. I got a favorite Turnbull Crawford. Until I see somebody beat him, that's how I'm looking at it. So, and David Benavidez is that way now with me. It wasn't like that for a long time, but he's that way now. Until I see somebody beat David Benavidez, I'm like, I'm favoring David Benavidez.
Yep. Yeah. No, I'm with that. I agree with that. And it's funny you mentioned Benavidez because there's a guy that I thought Benavidez would move up and fight, and that guy just made I don't know if we call it a power move, but it was an interesting move, and I'll bring that up in quite a minute. I want to shift over to my guy Keith, but real quick, let me bring up my good friend, Shawa. What's going on, Shawa? How are you doing?
TV and free. Happy Soul Day free. Hi. Hey, Chad.
What's going on?
Nothing. I just want to talk boxing before y'all get into football.
Okay. Okay. And then we got Marky Dan here. So, you got to be careful with Marky Dan. He's crazy. So salute to my man, Marky Dan, as well.
Salute to Chop Cheese guy, Tommy. Salute to D. Furlio, the whole sportstalk.network, man. Smash the like button.
You're a wild boy, man. You're a wild boy. So, Shao, what do you want to bring to take? I was going to move and shift over to Keith
Freaky
Cologne.
Deaky, Shawalaya. Freaky Deaky, salute.
What's going on, Freaky D, Marky? Nothing. I was going to say, in Neba's defense, for as big as that guy is, I think he's pretty nice for what he is. When he was 17-0.
Yeah, he was undefeated. He was like something like that. Yeah.
He's all right. He actually does pretty well footwork-wise to be so tall. When he does use the jab, he's all right. I ain't saying he's, the best thing, but dude's all right.
I mean, I would agree with that. He's young in the game. I think that was only his 18th fight. So he's young in the game. And so he's still got a lot to learn. I think with more fights, more experience, he'll get a lot better. He kind of reminds me of, and I'm not saying boxing style, I'm talking about height wise. He's in that range of the Tyson Fury, the Deontay Wilders, that Anthony Joshua, the guys that's much taller than majority of the heavyweights, and it's going to be a hard time for people to get inside with them when they use an educated jab, because Caballero was taking jabs to the face the entire first round. I think that was majority of the punches that landed. I think it was like 35 punches landed, and like 25 of them was jabs to the face.
And this is why I was kind of like upset to not see Sean George in the corner, because Sean George is, I think Sean George is a good trainer, former fighter. If anybody knows Sean George, he stopped Chris Bird in the cruiserweight division. Sean George is a pretty decent guy. He's out in Jersey now. He's from Brooklyn. So I just that's what shocked me the most. And Sean George has done well with some of the the big tall heavyweights. And look what he did with Zhang. Zhang is like 42 years old. And Zhang was just, a guy that was on the Chinese Olympic team, and they gave the money to Sean to coach the Olympic team, and they kind of found Zhang like a diamond in the rough of the batch that he had, and he made him, he made him decent. He made him a decent contender. Let's put it that way. So, that's why it was kind of weird to not see Sean George in the corner.
Yeah. I enjoyed the fight. I thought it was a great fight. For round one, I didn't really know who Nebo was, but on paper, not only that, on paper, with his height and his record, I knew it was probably gonna be at least a decent fight. And he came out early with a game plan of being aggressive, but excuse me, but the problem with big heavyweights like that have that type of, that type of mover style, a lot of jabs, is eventually they, especially they like to use distance, is eventually they have to stop moving. They're not like a middleweight or like a Devin Haney, a lightweight, somebody who knows how to control distance with his feet the entire fight. And then when you got a guy like Caballero, who's just ultra aggressive at all times, like I really like what Nebo was doing. Like even on the inside, he was showing resistance, but Caballero, to me, was just, I don't even know if it was necessarily he was more polished, but like he was just stronger than Neba. Like, he was out wrestling them. He was hitting them with clean. He was working them on the ropes and then getting them in position for clean hooks. I didn't really like the stoppage. I wanted to see what was gonna happen if Neba got back to his stool. And cleared the cobwebs. Maybe he could come back with something else. But I do understand what the referee was saying, because the dude was getting beat like a drum, and then he got hit with a hook, and like he stumbled kind of like to the side, where it looked like he was walking away a little bit. So I get it, but overall good fight, and I would like to see Caballero against Usyk before Usyk hang it up.
Yeah, I would like to see it. I would like to see him and Wardley as well. I wanted to touch up on this. 903 says, I hope Frank Sanchez can bounce back. I think Caballero took a lot of him. I agree. I think Frank Sanchez is good as well. Was that fight a short notice fight for somebody? I feel like that was a short notice fight for one of the two.
I don't think so.
I have to go. No, okay. I have to go into that.
It might have been Caballero.
But yeah, that was the second of three fights for Caballero that he took. That was like kind of like undefeated guys. He had fought the Russian before that, then Sanchez, and then Zhang was after Sanchez, I think.
No, it was Sanchez. Who was next? Oh, not Murtataliev.
I call him Tick.
Yeah, I call him Tick because I'm sorry.
Okay.
But
okay.
The dude that cracked his neck was the first undefeated fighter that he stopped. And then he stopped Frank Sanchez, and now that guy, because Big Bang Zhang had a loss. They gave Herkovich the fight over Big Bang Zhang.
Right.
So he fought that Russian guy first. He was undefeated at the time. The big diesel Russian. Yeah, Makhmuk whatever. And then he fought Sanchez, and they were all three of these fights were in Riyadh. And then he fought Zhang, and Zhang was coming off a fight with somebody, I think.
Right. And as far as Agate goes, I would definitely like him and Wardley. I would love him and who's the other one that's more active? Because I am not really interested in the Itoma. I think he'll beat Itoma.
Okay.
Wardley, and it's someone else, but the thing for me is Frank got to keep him active because we saw the rust in the beginning of that match with him and Neba. You know, he shook it off, but you don't want to risk that. Having this dude fight one time a year is outrageous.
Yeah.
Oh, Okoli. But Okoli's a dangerous.
Yeah, I think Okoli's another one. He's good. He called out Caballero too.
Yeah, he's a dangerous fight because dude
he is. Yeah.
But I don't think we'll ever see Usyk. I think Usyk's gonna fight who he wants till he's out.
Yeah, which is
kind of like BVO said. Yeah,
it's kind of unfortunate. And you know what? And if all is true, supposedly there's a press conference tomorrow in San Francisco, and there was rumors that I saw a date with like July 11th, I want to say, where Usyk and Wilder in San Francisco, July 11th. And there's a press conference tomorrow in San Francisco. Not sure what it's for. So, but the rumor is it's supposed to be about that. So let's see. I don't know what's true or not true until it happens. So I don't want to report it as fact, but that is something that I did see, that there is a press conference in San Francisco tomorrow. I saw it. I think Opulent LD was the one that actually pointed it out to me. So, and I saw it on Instagram. So, but then I got word that another rumor was that supposedly Wilder was supposed to fight a tune-up next month. So let's see what happens tomorrow. But another news today, I didn't want to bring this. I wanted to go to Keith, but yeah, I wanted to bring this up as well. Jai Opetaia just signed with Zuffa Boxing. That kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, Jai Opetaia is kind of like he's a big name in the cruiserweight division,
But it's not surprising because he already works with Turkey, so it's not really surprising. He's not a big money fighter, and he's already working with Turkey, so I'm not really surprised by that. I just want to know, is that going to be a hurdle for the David Benavidez fight? Because David Benavidez did say that Jai Opetaia is on his list. He said he's going to get this fight with Zordo. He's going to go back down, fight the 275-pound fighters, and then he's going to come back up and fight Jai Opetaia. So I want to know, is that going to be a hurdle, being though he just signed a Zuffa Boxing? Because I'm not sure how they're going to do with the actual fighters that's in the sport of boxing as we know it now. Are they going to be allowed to fight those individuals, or are they just going to be fighting the guy that's at Zuffa Boxing?
That's
a big question. Go ahead, Shaw. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that's what I'm curious about, is will they cross over? Because we heard about Vito Mielnicki going over there. Now we're hearing he's not, but it's still possible. I mean, for me, the surprising thing too with Jai, I mean, I am surprised he went over there because I think Noel was about to give him a shot. Yeah, like you said, David Benavidez wants to fight him. This guy been waiting around supposedly to unify, and then for you to jump up and go over there, well, I don't think there's not going to be big money fights over there either. So what are we doing? Like, I don't know. I like Jai, but that's a little shaky move to me.
I agree. I don't understand that at all, because supposedly they're going to have their own belt, their own championship. My man BVO is bugging. He hates David Benavidez for whatever, but he's a flip-flopper. BVO Sports TV is a perfect example of a flipper, right? A dolphin, because he flip-flops. One year he likes Benavidez, one year he doesn't. And I got it all on tape. I got it on tape because he did it with Morrell. He was saying Morrell's going to be a future heavyweight champion of the world. These are his words. And then he went and picked Benavidez to beat Morrell, which he was right, but he flip-flops now. Now he can't stand Benavidez. BVO, you're a wild individual, yet entertaining.
The thing is,
I just want to point that out.
BVO only disliked Benavidez when Benavidez is lined up to fight somebody that he's rooting for.
Yeah,
he's rooting for Canelo. David Benavidez was in line to get that fight with Canelo, and for years now, BVO kept saying David Benavidez hasn't done anything to fight Canelo. Well, he was the number one contender. What more do you want the man to do? The man is the interim champion and the number one contender. There's nothing more for him to do. That's supposed to give you an automatic shot at the champion. When you become their interim champion, you're supposed to have an automatic shot at the champion. But I guess you're supposed to do something else according to BVO. I don't know what it is.
Well, he says that you hate real fighters like Opataya. Opataya is a monster throwback fighter. So 903 and BVO, this is for you. Who wins in a cruiserweight fight, Benavidez or Opataya? I already know BVO's answer. I'm interested to see what 903 says. But BVO is a wild boy, I swear to God. They've been babying him.
I got David Benavidez winning against Ja Obata. I think Ja Obata is a good fighter. I think he's a good fighter, but I don't think he fought anybody of the likes of like David Benavidez. Yeah. There's nobody at cruiserweight. You could talk about, oh, this guy gave him a tough fight. Yeah, that guy gave him a tough fight, but that still wasn't a guy that fight a style like David Benavidez. David Benavidez is a nonstop pressure fighter. And it seemed like he's getting better with his head movement and his footwork. The last couple of fights I've seen from David Benavidez, I started seeing upper body movement, head movement, and footwork that I didn't see from David Benavidez early on in his career. David Benavidez would just walk forward. Now you're starting to see a different type of David Benavidez, a guy that's putting some boxing ability to his game plan.
Yeah. My man 903 Boxing says they've been babying Mielnicki for years. I agree with that. He has been calling for big fights because he called out Xander. I'm just like he was a top rank. I would have wanted him to see him fight Jahai Tucker, but I think Jahai Tucker washes him. I think Mielnicki is decent. I don't think he's great, borderline good. He's a poor man's Caleb Plant. He doesn't really have punching power. He can box a little bit, but I don't think anything special with Mielnicki. He's a nice guy. I mean, I've spoken to him, but if they would have put him with like Jahai Tucker would have washed him, in my opinion. So
I don't even know that he's on the level of a Caleb, but hey.
No, I said poor man's.
I know. I'm not even trying to put him there. I'm like, he has good fundamentals. I'll say that. Shout out to Ronnie for that.
And he's a good trainer, and he listens, so I mean, let me see. I'm trying to say, it says Benavidez by stoppage. Wow. So, okay. So free and Benavidez. I don't really know how I feel about that fight. I feel like I'm leaning towards Opataya, but Benavidez by stoppage and BVO got Opataya, D-Free got Benavidez. Okay. Shaw, who would you have? Benavidez or Opataya?
What if David Benavidez goes up to cruiserweight and make easy work out of Zotto, gets him out of there in like 2 or 3 rounds? Would that change your outlook on David Benavidez and Ja Obata?
A little bit, but he's going to be there to get hit. He's going to get beat up. He does take a good punch, though, Zerto. But if he gets him out of there early like that, maybe. But I just don't see that happening.
Let's see. We're talking about a guy who's relatively the size of Benavidez, who can box. I don't know about that one, man. I don't even know if I would want to call that one. I would be rooting for Jai. I ain't even gonna lie. I do like David Benavidez, but I don't know. Maybe I got a bleeding heart for Jai.
I don't. BBO said I give David Benavidez too much credit. No, I give him the credit that he earned. I was picking David Morrell to beat David Benavidez. I gave him the credit that he earned. So he's earned his credit that I'm giving him. There's not no credit. I'm not giving him too much credit. He's earned it. I seen the man because it was a long time. I wanted to see what David Benavidez was able to do because he was just a come forward fighter. I seen him get in there with Caleb Plant, and he beat up Caleb Plant. I seen him get in there with Anthony Durrell. He beat him up. I seen him get in there with Boo Boo Andrade, made Boo Boo Andrade quit. Get in there with David Morrell, beat David Morrell up. So, no, this man earned this credit that I'm giving him. Now, Ja Obata, he gets credit from me too, but he hasn't fought the level of competition that David Benavidez has fought. He fought some good guys. I'm not saying he fought all bad guys, but the level of competition that's at cruiserweight, it ain't really much at cruiserweight.
The best Jai's had was Breedis, and he went tooth and nail with him twice. But David Benavidez, fight to fight, actually, to me, improves in little manners. If you watch different things about his style, he's gotten better with the footwork. He's gotten better about the slapping shots and stuff. It's more technical with him. So to be honest, yeah, Benavidez could go in there and just beat the crap out of Jai, but Jai can box, and I'll say with at least with Breedis, he was in a tough fight. These other guys, we didn't even know who the heck they were, and I just feel kind of bad for him. Like I said, I feel like nobody was really trying to unify with him. We'll see what happens. I hope he could straddle the fence, 4-belt side, Zuffa, so we could see what he can still do over here.
Okay. My comments are not showing. I see them on the TV, but I don't see them in the StreamYard. StreamYard has been bugging. So let me get it. The last comment I got on StreamYard is this one, the poor man's Caleb Plant. Which, but after that, I don't got the comments, but I've seen them coming in. So give me a second so I can read the comment. Oh, now they just loaded. What the hell is going on with StreamYard? It's the weirdest thing. All right, so I apologize. This is mad weird. So Opulent says Benavidez for sure. Two Sizzle has I don't be wrong a lot. I could talk wild every once in a while. Who did you pick? You favor Moses over who? I'm sorry, I missed that. Can't pick against Benavidez. Queen 70. Okay. BVO says BVO is going to be difficult. What if Zerto beats the tacos and rice out of Queen David? That dude is over. Yo, BVO, you're wild, man. I'm not even. I'll put it up here, but I'm not going to read it.
This man, David, this man BVO stays with the what if. We about to change.
He has a love-hate relationship.
What if?
But he's a love-hate relationship because he loved Benavidez before.
Whenever we break down a fight, the first thing that comes out of BVO mouth is what if. I'm about to change your name from BVO to what if.
What if? Boo-Boo's career was managed terribly though. Boo-Boo was nice, man. He just managed him incorrectly, and then Matchroom messed him up too. Didn't give him the opportunity. I picked Morrell to beat Benavidez also. I was wrong on that pick.
Like I said, I picked Morrell to win that fight. David Benavidez, he beat him up. I can't do nothing but give David Benavidez respect for that. As I said, all of this credit I'm giving David Benavidez, he earned. I didn't just give it to him; he earned it.
Yeah,
I'm not impressed with Morrell.
That's a good point. You don't have the gas tank and consistency to outbox Benavidez. That's a good point. I mean,
do we know that?
That's what I'm saying.
Do we know that he don't have the gas tank? I mean, don't get me wrong, because David got a crazy tank, but I don't know that.
No, I mean that Breedis fight, he was gassing out in that fight.
Yeah,
he was gassing out in that fight.
Yeah, wow, okay, I'll give y'all that, but it's not like that can't be improved.
Yo, BBL is crazy.
No, I mean it's a couple of other fights. Like he has great boxing ability for that size of a fighter. He has great boxing ability. But when you get somebody that put pressure on him, he does get hit with big shots. And with a guy like David Benavidez that likes to dig to the body, he's going to take your legs away. So he's going to make sure that you're standing there in the later rounds if you make it to the later rounds. Or if you don't take him out before the later round, he's going to make sure you're right there for me to walk you down.
He does get hit more than I like. But in saying that as well, he's tough. But we have seen him almost go down with dudes that David Nika got him. I want to say Squayo got him, but whatever. But
yeah. And then Morrell, we'll see. The thing with we don't know now, because now with Open Tire signing with Zuffa, what's going to happen? And Zuffa Boxing, they're going to have their first card on the 23rd. As I kind of predicted, the 360 guys look like they're going to shift over to the Zuffa League, Zuffa, whatever, TKO League. Tom Loeffler's guys. Caden Walsh has been kind of groomed under Dana White for a few years now. It all started a few years ago when he fought my guy Ishmael Villarreal here in New York. And, that was a UFC Fight Pass or whatever, Fight Zone or whatever they use. So it looks like, and then Boacek, also a 360 Promotions guy, he's on the card. He's going to fight. Who's he fighting? I know it's Caden Walsh is fighting Ocampo, right? Damn, I just had.
Yeah.
And then Boachuk, who is he fighting? Is anybody we know?
Butayev.
Who?
Butayev.
Where do I know him?
Butayev was the guy that fought. He fought. What's the guy that?
Stanionis, didn't he?
Stanionis. He fought Stanionis.
Okay.
On that Earl Spence versus Ugas card.
Yeah, they had a good little fight on that card. That was a
Yeah.
semi-war. It was a good fight.
And also on the card, I didn't know this. I just looking at it now. Cain Sandoval is fighting Julian Rodriguez. I like Cain Sandoval. He's a 140 guy, also 360 promotions fighter. So it looks like they're taking the whole roster from Tom Loeffler, and which is what I thought. I said this was going to happen. It makes sense because Dana White kind of had control of that. So Cain Sandoval is also going to be there as well. Big puncher out of I believe he's from, he's somewhere in California. I forgot that I had it. It'll come to me. Sacramento. I believe it's in Sacramento, California. So he trains with Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach is his trainer. So,
man, I'm seeing something really crazy here with Zuffa.
What is that?
February, Ajagba and Charles Martin.
Oh yes, that's another fight.
That's
interesting.
That fight.
Crazy. FA going. Oh wow, dude. This is outrageous.
What did BBO just say? Jai's the Devin Haney of the bigger weights. Yo, what is wrong with this guy?
No. This is the problem that I have with BBO. BBO has never been on Jai Obertai until like maybe 3 weeks ago. He got on the Jai Obertai train. Now all of a sudden, Jai Obertai is the great. I'm not saying he's not, but for BBO, now all of a sudden, Jai Obertai is this monster. He's only fighting monster. BBO only know one guy that Jai Obertai fought, and that's Breedis. He don't know anybody else that Jai fought. He fought nothing but monsters. Oh, what are you talking about? There's no monsters. Jai Obertai is the only monster at cruiserweight. There's no monsters at cruiserweight but Jai Obertai.
If he's the Devin Haney of the cruiserweights, I don't know, dude.
I don't know what BBO.
I wouldn't liken his ability to win fights to Devin's. I'll just say
okay. But
Devin knows how to win fights. I don't know this guy does.
He said Jai Obertai is the Devin Haney of cruiserweight. Have y'all heard what BBO have said about Devin Haney?
Yo, I can't with this guy. So I'm going to ignore BBO for a little bit now, but he did make a good point. First two sizzle, the source of the opinion weighs heavy too. Chat dudes pick wrong all the time. Well, BBO is one of those guys that pick wrong consistently, and he flip-flops. But he does bring up a thing. Jaleel Hackett is with Zuffa as well. I believe he signed as well to Zuffa. He's not going to be on the card 23rd, but eventually he'll be on a Zuffa card soon.
What is the deal with these guys? I don't know. I would want to be a guinea pig.
We were trying to get Bernard to confirm that, but Bernard said, I'm not confirming anything until the money's in the bank. So Bernard hasn't confirmed anything.
That makes sense. I can't.
It seems like he is with Zuffa Boxing, but he just said he wasn't going to confirm anything until the money's in the bank.
And it looks like BBO's coming up. My chat just froze, but I see here on the side. Hold on. Oh, what's going on? Let me just go. I'm way behind.
That's what I'm saying, 2 cents. Like, even this first card, I would have expected them to come with some heavy. Like, if this is the best name they got, eesh.
Let me wrench this guy up real quick.
Do y'all give Charles Martin any chance of beating F.A. Ajagba?
Yeah.
Nah.
I do.
Nah, FA's on a different level now, man.
Now?
Yeah. You know what? It started with the shout out to Big Shot Shaw. It started with that one. And we saw he only beat Big Shot with a jab, but he was in the midst of getting a new coach.
But didn't he just struggle? Who he fought? Was it
It was Bacoli though.
Bacoli. Even though I thought he won, but
I doubt he won too.
That was a BS draw, but I don't know.
I don't feel like he struck. Bacoli ain't nothing to play with. Man. We needed a rematch.
The only thing about that, I can't. I can't get out of my mind Charles Martin getting his name called and he looking away in the crowd and getting sad when he fought Ortiz. When he fought Ortiz, that nigga got hit. That man looked at the crowd. He was like,
yeah, that was funny. Let me read this comment from Two Sizzle because I'm looking at two screens because the StreamYard's not loading the chat. Zuffa has a handful of recognizable names, but no real stars or draws unless they get some top guys. I can't call them the future, just another player. No, I agree with that. They're trying to build up a few of those young guys. Like Kalen Walsh is definitely going to be one of the guys they're trying to build as a star. They brought him out here to New York a few times, around St. Patrick's Day. So St. Patrick's Day. So they're trying to build him up. They already tried with Boacek. They failed. He just lost, to Brandon Adams recently for the second time. So, I mean, right now, I would say Kalen Walsh is the guy they're trying to build. But, yeah, they don't really have any real stars at the moment.
I'm going to tell you the good thing about Zuffa Boxing, what they're doing right now. All of these fighters that they're grabbing, once they get started, I believe it's on the 23rd. Once they start their first match and they in full effect, what's going to happen is all of these guys that's in the sport of boxing, they're going to have to fight each other now because all these other guys are gone to Zuffa Boxing, so they're going to have to fight each other now. They ain't got nobody else to go fight.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, it looks like Calum and Boacek they're trying to line them up because they're both at the same weight class. It'd be interesting if Jalil Hackett is signed to Zuffa, will they put him with Kalen Walsh eventually? That's an interesting matchup. They both at 154. The other thing also is that are they fighting at 154? I thought they were going to get rid of the super divisions. I thought they were going to go back to the old school and just keep the regular division. So I didn't see a weight for the Kalen Walsh fight. I'm assuming it's still 154 because I didn't see anything. So salute to man, Dub Rightside, who just came through on the panel. What's going on, Dub Rightside?
What's good, Dub?
Hey man, salute to the panel, man. Can y'all hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
Good.
You're not out of order yet.
Well, TD, I'm about to be out of order. Shout out to my sister Shawa in the building, man. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Shawa. Shout out to my brother Free. Shout out to Tommy. TD, I gotta say this before I cook on the topic. Oh, I kicked y'all ass. I kicked y'all ass.
No, you didn't, and I know what you're referring to. You did not. You won by one game.
That's all it took. Hey, did I win or did I lose?
You won. You won by one game.
All right then, man. You out of order. You was winning the entire season.
Congratulations to Dub Rightside. He came back and won the Pick'em pool, the NFL Pick'em pool. He won by one game. D Free made a great comeback as well. I believe D Free was tied with me over like one game behind, and D Free was down. So shout out to Dub Rightside for winning the fight pool, and salute to BPO who just jumped on the panel.
Hey, I will say congratulations to Dub Rightside. He won the Pick'em League, but let's be honest, it was only three smart guys.
It was only three of us playing. I mean, it was only three. It was only me, you, and it was only me, you, and TD.
No, and you know who else is playing? He was just bad. Worm was putting in his picks. He was terrible. And Worm was the guy that had all the analytics. He had all the data.
Hold on, man. Before we started, Worm was he talked the most trash. Before we started the league, he talked the most trash.
Hey, this is not something that's new for me and Thomas. Worm did the same exact thing last year. He talked the most trash and ended up in last place.
Boacek and Matias is off. So okay, wow. All right,
back to boxing. I'm sorry. I apologize.
They're off. Now, real quick, so this is interesting. Boacek is off and Matias is off. Still a couple interesting fights
going on Ingram.
But before I forget, and we'll move on. I wanted to go back to last week. Let's go back to last week with the card, the Subriel Matias card, Subriel against Dalton Smith. I got a chance to see our guy, You know, he's part of the channel. He's part of the team with Keith Cologne here. I want to play the video of the last round of the stoppage. Also check out the videos. I did a little interview after the fight with him as well. It's like 2 minutes. Check that out when you can. But let me just play this. You know, my guy Keith Cologne.
He hit and then try to grab and get back up.
Let's go!
Can I start? Can I start this one off?
My fault. It always puts you on mute after we play the video. I forgot. But that was Keith Cologne. That was a stoppage. He had knocked him down like 3 or 4 times before that in the previous 2 rounds. So the ref called it off. It did look like a back of the head punch, but the guy was not there to fight. He was kind of trying to survive pretty much the last few rounds. So first time Keith Cologne makes it to the 7th round. It was his first 8th round fight. And first time he's been past, I believe, the 4th round, the 3rd or 4th round. So shout out to Keith Cologne. Got some work in last week. Check out the video if you can. You know, we look forward to talking to Keith and bringing him back on the show and talking about his future. It's a big year for Keith. You know, he's going to graduate college this year, God willing, from Rutgers University, and he's looking to get bigger fights. He's looking to try to get in the mix, you know, to get to contender status. You know, fight some guys that got some experience, you know, to get under his belt as well. So look out for my guy Keith Cologne. Also, one more thing before we go on to more boxing topics, I want to show you. I was at the bar when Dalton won, and I want to show you some cool video at the bar real quick. So check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm talking in the mute again. It keeps doing that. But that was Dalton Smith in the bar celebrating his win with his UK buddies. I was there. My boy Johnny Boy was there as well, and a couple other guys from the media scene as well. So that's what I wanted to talk about mostly for last week's card. We do got other boxing topics, mainly the ones that just been recent. Oscar De La Hoya, the Virgil Ortiz boots situation, the manager of Virgil Ortiz now countersuing or suing De La Hoya. And just want to get everybody's take on the situation. What do you guys think is going on? Do you believe any of the guys? Both guys feel confident as far as they did nothing wrong and that they're in the right. So I don't know who wants to lead off here and talk about this a little bit, but I find it very interesting the fact that both guys seem very confident that they did nothing wrong and they're in the right. So who want to go ahead and take
based off of what I saw from the manager's interview, basically it seemed like Oscar was hiding something from them because he said everything was good. What's going on, Maria? What's going on, Ingram? He said everything was good until there was no communication. So it seemed like Oscar was hiding something from them, and based off of the paperwork that they put in, Oscar had exclusive rights to Virgil Ortiz. That's why Virgil Ortiz couldn't do anything without Oscar. He had exclusive rights to Virgil. So whatever Oscar said Virgil had to do, it wasn't anything Virgil can do. And it seemed like Virgil Ortiz want to fight with Jerome Bucinus, or at least that's what they made it seem like. They want a big money fight. And it seemed like Oscar wasn't trying to swing them that way because Virgil hasn't fought for a title since he's been with Oscar, and he's been the interim champion multiple times in multiple divisions, and he's never fought a champion yet. He was an interim champion and the number one contender to Sebastian Fundora for over a year now, and he still hasn't got the fight with Sebastian Fundora. He was the interim champion to Bud Crawford. They never pressed the gas to get the Bud Crawford fight. So he has never fought, and he's the only guy out of that prospect class that came out together that hasn't fought for a title. Everybody else has fought for a title except for him. So it seems like they want to move forward with their career, and Oscar's trying to hold them back. And they believe that, they want to fight with Jerome Bucenas. They believe that they can win. Jerome Bucenas and Eddie Hearn said, "We just waiting for y'all to sign y'all portion. We already came to an agreement. We waiting for y'all." So we're gonna see what happens with that. But I don't believe anything that Oscar said, because this is the same thing that Oscar has done before. He's done it with Canelo Alvarez. He's done it with Speedy Rashid Ellis. He's done it with multiple guys. So it's not something that Oscar hasn't done before.
Okay. Anybody else want to touch up on this?
Yeah, I'll go in on it a little bit. I just I find it interesting again, and I don't know if it was my show or 503's where I said it, that Oscar has went on and on about it's the fighters that when these fights aren't being made, it's not the promoter. And it's like, dude, you're not putting your guys in the position to be champions truly. He'll throw them a bone with some, I guess, what we would call quality names in fights, but they're still not the top of the line. And it's really sad because Virgil, I've called Virgil a duck since 47 when he was supposed to fight Bud. But in this particular case, I absolutely believe Virgil wants to fight Boots. I feel like his dad and Oscar have reservations. And sometimes Meridian, I be looking at him too. Like, I don't know what's going on with all them. If we think about it, wasn't about a year ago, maybe two, wasn't Ryan trying to get out of his contract as well with Oscar? Like,
yep.
Oscar is just on some BS. He does not have like names like that on his roster that are accomplishing anything. You got names as far as Ryan that's money makers. Floyd Schofield ain't doing nothing. You done shelved poor little Conwell. Like, I just don't know. I think Golden Boy might end up getting absorbed by PBC or something like that. Something's about to happen. No more DAZN for them. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I feel bad for Virgil though.
Yeah.
Just going off of what Shaw just said, I want to read this real quick. Virgil Ortiz, he sued Golden Boy, and what he sued him for, he's alleging breach of contract, bad faith negotiations, and interference with his earning potential. Right. These are the main things according to Google. This is Google. This is AI, so this could be wrong. I may be all the way wrong about this. I'm just reading what they saying. But I have to go into kind of what Shawa is saying. Oscar De La Hoya has done such a horrible job, right, of promoting fighters and making sure you have Ryan Garcia to make, I believe it was the Devin Haney fight. It was either the Devin fight or the Tank fight. I can't remember which one. It's probably the Tank fight, actually. I think it was the Tank fight. But Ryan Garcia, he actually had to bring his lawyers into the conversation for him to make this fight happen. Right? Now we have, in a similar situation, Virgil Ortiz, he's saying, hey, man, wait, I'm trying to get the smoke. I want to fight Boots. I want to fight. But now you got Oscar out here. How many fighters had Oscar held up? We done gave Oscar and Golden Boy so much credit because when there was a time when you left Top Rank, you end up over at Golden Boy before you could do your own thing. There was a time that happened, right? And we can name multiple fighters that it happened with. But in the last 3 years, what the hell Golden Boy been doing outside of screwing boxing?
Building fighters at 40, fighting nobody. Never mind.
You know, the thing that's so crazy is people hate Oscar because he's Mexican, man.
This ain't got nothing to do. Oh, man, no,
that's
you
what
ought
it's about, bro.
No,
that's
you
what it's
ought
about, bro.
We're not gonna let you get up here. No, we're not gonna let you get up.
Hold on.
No,
You're not gonna talk to me, man. You're not gonna talk to me, man. You're not gonna talk to me.
I am. I'm over talking.
Guys, you gotta take turns.
No.
Let BVO get off a little bit. But yeah, BVO, you gotta stop that.
He coming with the bulls. He coming with the nut.
Hold on, Robert Miz. I thought I could talk freely up here.
You could talk freely, but you keep.
So why are you trying to control me?
Speak your mind. Why
are you trying? I don't. When you come with your Puerto Rican opinions, I don't try to stifle them.
Well, you sometimes you do. But go ahead.
You want a whole tirade about how the man had Ostarine from a Wendy's burger or something. Whatever you said was going on with Matias. You spit all that bull crap. You barely finished 3rd grade science. You talk about the science of how he had Ostarine in his system. And didn't you hear that Puerto Rican say that? He gave us a whole soliloquy about how this guy magically got Ostarine in the system and then got beat dead.
Go ahead, but that's not what we're talking about now.
If you think about Oscar has done a tremendous job building stars. We can go back to the days of when he first started with the Danny Garcias, Deontay Wilders. Let's go now. You got Ryan Garcia, Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is not going nowhere. This is a minimal contract dispute. The fact is this: it's just like when you fire your manager before you sign your deal, so you can make them take less. That's all it is. It's nothing but apply to get more. Because anybody in the know that Oscar just gave Virgil $5 million. You're not going nowhere. Somebody just gave you $5 million up front. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a mere bag of shells. They're gonna work it out, and then next thing you know, you're gonna hear them on Clapback Tuesday. Fuck you. You're gonna see it. It's the same thing, man. It's nothing but a game. At the end of the day, we all know Virgil beat Boots dead. But I don't think that's a fight that Virgil should be worrying about because we don't know who Boots is.
Wait a minute,
at 54.
Man, you out of order.
Let me talk. I didn't say nothing when you was talking, bro.
You out of order.
I didn't say nothing when you was talking, bro.
You put a post up on your community page. On your community page, you put a post up that said that we all know that Virgil that Boots would beat Virgil dead. That's what you said on the post.
I didn't say that.
We'll pull it up. Let's pull it
up. Let's get receipts, man. You can't do this with me. You got to get your weight up. You're too small to do that with me, Doug.
No, at the end of the day,
I'll say this.
We don't all know nothing. You know what you know. I know what I know. We don't all know anything.
Okay. We can play like we don't hear stuff, just like Tommy hears stuff all the time. I get maybe because I'm not Puerto Rican, it don't count. But I say this.
No,
at the end of the day, we're gonna see what happens when they're gonna make up, and I guarantee you're gonna see Virgil on Clapback Thursdays, back laughing and joking, because all it is this. There's no money for the fight. There's no money for the fight. Where can you make money with Boots Ennis? Where can you make money with Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz? Who's going to pay for that fight?
It's on high demand. The fight is on high demand, BVO. How can you say
it's on high demand?
Wait a minute. Let me read this post. I want to read this post directly. I want to read this real quick. This is from BVO Sports. Like I've been saying, it's not King Virgil. He's getting beaten decisively by Boots. Oscar doesn't. This is what BVO is saying. Oscar doesn't want that fight with little man, aka Boots.
BVO, you wild, bro.
Did BVO not just say the man is getting beat decisively by Boots? That's what BVO said.
And that's been, listen, listen, this is the thing you got to remember.
Here we go.
When Oscar says this stuff, it's because Oscar has this whole thing where he didn't think that Ryan could be
Man, we talking about what you said. We talking about what you said.
What I'm telling you is that win, lose, or draw, it don't do nothing for Virgil. I think that'll be a tough fight for Virgil. Fighting a slick black nigga like Boots for what?
You just said that Virgil. You literally got on here and said we all know Virgil gonna beat the shit out of Boots.
Who cares if it is a tough fight? These dudes got to stop ducking. Win, lose, or draw. Stop making fun of these guys for taking losses and let them freaking fight, man.
So
I say that all the time.
Let me get everybody's opinion on this, because I thought this comment was pretty weird of Oscar to say this. And what you guys think of these words? So Oscar came out and did a video and said, "Listen, you guys." This is a quote, and maybe I'm messing up a little bit, but you guys will get the idea. He told Eddie, you want to fight so bad. You guys want to fight so bad, right? So then why did you take it 60-40? Because I'm a nice guy. Take it 60-40, and then 5% goes to the winner. Take it or leave it because you guys want it so bad. What do you guys take from that comment? Because I take it as then Boots is not ducking for sure. They want the fight.
What I take from the comment,
you heard Boots stuttering when he stepped to Virgil. You seen that?
No,
I'm talking about the comment that Oscar said.
No, what I take from that comment, I take Jerron Boots and his want to fight. I take there's more money that's offered for that fight that Oscar's not telling them about, because you can't say 60-40 and the winner gets an extra 5%, then that's 105%.
105%.
So that means it's more money being offered. So you taking 5% out of your pocket? Because if they sign for 60-40, that means Jerron is getting 40%. That means Virgil is getting 60%. Ain't nobody saying that I'm signing 60-40 and the winner gets 5%, so I'm really only getting 35%. He's getting 65, or I'm really only getting 55 and he's getting 45. No, that would be 65. That would be 55-45 or 65-35. You're not going to sign a contract say 60% and 40%, and the winner gets 5%. So that means there's more money that Oscar is not telling them about. That's the reason why the manager said their communication broke down. The communication was great and everything was good until the communication fell apart. So that's what the manager said.
Hey, Free, can I ask you a question real quick? Because this, like you said, the communication broke down. This is what it really comes down to. Who the A side in this fight? This is what the whole. Hold on, wait a minute.
It's got to be Boots.
Wait a minute.
Because he's black.
Hold on.
I'll explain when he's finished. I'm gonna let Dub talk. Sorry, Dub.
I'm just asking in this situation, and yeah, for the panel. Then clearly it's for the panel, because if we're talking about negotiations in these type of ways, 60-40, 5%, this, that, whatever. Okay, who's the A side? Who's the true A side? I would say that if Oscar is saying these things, then he thinks that Boots is the A side, in my opinion. But I want y'all to think who is the A side in this fight.
So
if we had to let Shower go. Let's go ahead, Shower.
I'll be brief. I was gonna speak to what D Free was saying too. So 60-40, what in the world? Why does Virgil deserve 60%, which is them to me indicating Virgil's the A side? Virgil, we all know, has not been a champion. Interim do not count. Boots just moved up, and he's a former champion, including ring.
Unified.
Unified. He's the A side. In my honest opinion, you know how they work that out. I don't know, but that's all I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Why does he?
I would say
who is Boots in it? I don't think nobody know him outside of us. That's super.
Hold on, man. You out of order. You out of order.
Who is it? Whatever you believe is what you believe. I'm not trying to.
A lot of people believe what a lot of people. It's not about what I believe. I'm going off the numbers.
Okay, but
we go off the numbers. You see. You said the same thing over and over. You said the same shit over and over.
I didn't say anything because you started talking.
Man, hold on, man.
Man, just fucking talk, man. You got it.
BVO, you out of order, man. It was on D free. Let him finish.
Go ahead.
Let him finish what he said.
Guys,
let him finish.
Let's go. Let's get some order here.
We don't got no problem with what you're saying, what you're gonna say. But
all right, D free and then BVO goes right after.
No, the thing is, if you asking who is the true A side, I would say it's Jerome Boots Ennis. Like Shawa said, he's the former unified champion, former linear champion. He sold more live. He did more live gate numbers. The A side is about who brings the butts to the seats. So if we looking at who's the true A side, it would be Jerome Boots Ennis based off of his numbers and what he has accomplished in the sport of boxing. Virgil doesn't do bigger numbers than Jerome Boots Ennis. Virgil hasn't accomplished more than Jerome Boots Ennis. So I would say it's a 50-50 fight. They should get a 50-50 split. But if you're asking who is the true A side, it will be Jerome Boots Ennis.
All right, BVO, you go. Never Fold Sports, you can go after, but let BVO, your rebuttal, what you got to say?
No, I ain't got nothing. Go ahead, Never Fold. You got it.
Never Fold, man. Salute to you, man. Thanks for coming through, man. This is my guy, man. We met up at at the Danny Garcia fight.
Yo, Thomas, what's good with you? What's good to the panel?
Chilling.
Yo, I don't know what Buddy talking about on this panel, bro. You need to check your plug. I don't know what you on, bro, but you tweaking. Bro, Virgil Ortiz, y'all been hyping him up for how long? Like, he been in 2 weight divisions, ain't sniff a belt, and you talking about he the A side? He not selling more than Boots or none of that. He don't have nothing above Boots. So how can he be the A side, bro?
You can say that. You can say that, but Ernie Shavers was never a champion. That don't take the fact that he was a legend. So that's bullshit.
That's back in the days, bro. That's
no,
back in the days,
it's not no back in the days. It's just boxing.
You talk about Ernie Shavers, that was fighting dogs. He wasn't ducking smoke like Virgil is. What you talking about? You bringing up a dude that was fighting Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali. Like, come on, bro. You tripping.
Never was champion.
Yeah.
Just that simple. He never was champion.
He was fighting dogs.
He was fighting people, though, for sure.
Yeah, he was fighting. It
don't matter who you fight. At the end of the day, Spinks beat Ali with only 8 fights. So that shit y'all saying makes no sense. At the end of the day, it's all about opportunities, man.
Spinks was in an Olympian, bro.
In any other conversation, it does matter who you fight, man.
No, but when you bring up Ernie Shaver wasn't the A side to these guys.
You know, I want to add one thing. Like, a lot of people criticized, including myself, because I didn't like it, where Boots took, a so-called tune-up and fighting Lima. I didn't like that. Especially a guy with over 30-something fights should not be needing no tune-ups. But at the same time, Virgil fought 2 tune-ups when he got to 154. He fought some guy named Frederick Lawson and Thomas Delorme, who's been pretty much a 140-pounder. You know what I'm saying? And then he fought Boachuk, which a lot of people thought he lost that fight. He got dropped a few times.
2 knockdowns in that fight.
Yeah.
Well, they tried to say,
how do you look versus Madrimov, the dude that gave Bud Crawford him? How do you look versus Madrimov?
He looked great against Madrimov. Absolutely.
I like how you forget that.
No, I don't forget that. I just said he looked great. I didn't say good. I said great. Definitely.
Bro, we acting like Ortiz beat Madrimov before, but like, why he not doing that to others?
But he's not taking the big fights. I mean, he took Lubin. Lubin earned the fight, I guess you could say.
I heard people say Lubin was going to beat him.
How come he never fought Baki when Baki was sitting there and so was he?
You can't hold on. You can't say Ali was old because Ali beat him again and became champion. So you can't say he was old when Spinks beat him. See, that's that convenient conversation because people only go off what they see recently. Boxing, they've been doing boxing for almost 200 years.
Bringing up Ali and Spinks.
I'm talking about somebody in the chat. I'm talking about somebody in the chat, nephew. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about somebody that's in the chat.
Oh, wait, let me see.
Why didn't Virgil fight Murtataliev when he was sitting there free? Both of them was free. Why didn't he fight Xander? Why didn't he fight any goddamn fight?
The Xander fight, I ain't gonna give it to him. I think they tried to make that fight and Xander ain't won it, as far as I remember.
Yeah, but they were being difficult negotiations.
Oscar that's what Xander said.
That's what I'm saying. But the easier fight to make in my
And
opinion,
they
would
had
have been
the
the Bakram
belt.
fight because they're a smaller promotion. And Bakram, even though what is he, Russian or I don't know what he is.
You think that I can't remember her name. The lady at main pick at main picks. You think she gonna let her one cash cow fight him? Seriously?
She should have.
You think she will?
Why not?
Karen Duva. She should have.
Karen Duva is gonna get her check from Bakram like she been doing. She got him only fighting pretty much mandatories. That's kind of how she's been moving him. That's her only main piece fighter over there in main event.
But
since the early 2000s.
This is his first mandatory. This is his first fight since winning the title.
What I'm saying is that's her centerpiece fighter. She's not gonna put him in a lot of tough fights.
And that's why she's gonna mess around and lose that boy.
But Bakram was actually in negotiations to fight like Ortiz, Boots, and others, and they all ducked him, right?
It wasn't about him. It was about her. That's the thing y'all missing. It wasn't about Bakram.
Bro, he signed his part of the deal, and he was waiting on other fighters.
But he can't see. That's the thing you don't understand, dog. A boxer doesn't control nothing. The promoter tells them what they're gonna do.
Okay, now
for some reason, people are confused about that. She tells Bakram what to do.
If Turkey's the one cutting the check, right? He already gave Bakram his side of the deal. He signed that. Now they're waiting on the other side, which is.
Do you know what exclusive rights mean? Do you know what exclusive rights mean? Bro. So even if he signed it, I've seen where she's actually told me this behind the scenes. She says she knows who he's going to fight when she's going to fight him.
Fam, we know when Turkey is involved. If the fighter
Turkey doesn't control everybody because we seen my man Michael Hunter not get a fight with Pulev.
No, that's not.
I'm giving an example. Everybody doesn't have to bow down to Turkey. Don King and them didn't bow down to Turkey. They just pulled Michael Hunter's ass off the card.
Bakram was in negotiations with Turkey, bro. So how can
she said no? What part are you not listening to? She said no.
Where's the facts?
Depending on the contract,
ain't gonna come out saying nothing that's not true because he know people gonna violate him, right?
Depending on the contract, though, you can't just do anything with Turkey. Some of these fighters be willing because their promoters will be willing.
I mean, who's paying the most? Turkey, so they gonna go.
But if he breaches his contract, that's when he has legal matters. You don't want to do that.
Turkey don't be trying to do like backdoor stuff. He go direct.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
He will go.
Yes, he does. But Turkey did that backhanded stuff with Sleeper Matias because he didn't want that Puerto Rican nigga to have that fight. Yeah. They tried to do everything they could to kill that fight.
At the end of the day, Neverfold, they need the promoters okay. So, I'll give you an example. T.O. and Shakur, that's a ring card, and it's on Matchroom, right? T.O. is technically a top rank guy. Right, Top Rank has to want to prove it, and T.O. has to pay promotional fees. Still, he'll owe money to Top Rank because he's under contract. So Oscar doesn't have to work with Turkey, and it sounds like Oscar doesn't want to do anything overseas because if you read between the lines of what he's saying, that was another thing I was going to bring up. He keeps saying, "Oh, here in America, we're trying to make the best fights in America." Like in between the lines, he's trying to tell you that he's not trying to do fights with anybody outside of America. Maybe Mexico.
To be honest, though, I don't really blame him because it's like in Saudi, they barely have a crowd. Know what I'm saying? It just be like little private stuff going on. So as a fighter, a competitor, like I'm not against that, bro.
You understand it when I say that. But when I say that Bakram, she makes it clear he fights what she says. It doesn't make sense to you. Promoters control this whole game.
I'm not saying what you're saying is not 100% true. But I've been seeing how the fighters been moving. Once Turkey's involved, they all going. Know what I'm saying?
You got to remember, fighters are paid labor, dog. They contractors. And what usually happens is something I actually didn't know until recently. Fighters, what they do, just like anything else, they get upfront money for whatever they're gonna do to take care of their life. And when you get that, you sign for a certain amount of fights, and they give you exclusive rights. So that means if you do anything, you must ask me. If you go to the bathroom, you must ask me. If you go upstairs, you must ask me. No, I'm talking about when they give guys significant money. Can you hear what I'm saying, Freak? When they give guys significant money, they're going to make sure they have a controller on them.
In that perfect example,
what I'm saying is not all fighters get those contracts. So a lot of fighters get that contract, but not all fighters get those contracts. So we can't use that for every situation.
That's a loophole. You talking about the top niggas is the only one that don't get that.
No. I'm not talking about the top niggas. I'm just saying you can't use that for every situation if you don't know what their contract is. If you don't know what their contract, you can't say that a person got an exclusive right deal and then it turns around. They say they don't have exclusive right deal. Now you gotta say, "Oh, I was wrong." It defeats your whole argument. So you don't know what the terms of the contract. Just say some fighters do that. Some fighters
you're being technical. Of course, if you have that broad brush, what you're saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Free, you know, like I know. We get an opportunity to talk to the promoters directly. And you know that we getting to see stuff a lot of people don't get to see. And what I like to do with it is give the people the information. And what I never knew was this. Whenever these guys get upfront money, I'm not saying everybody, just to make it clear for free, these guys can't do anything. Michael Hunter would have made a career high payday with Turkey and was pulled out of it because he took money from Don and old Don 3 more fights.
Here's the perfect.
When the last time we see Michael Hunter? I haven't seen really Michael Hunter. He fought another obscure fight. What was that, in Russia or somewhere?
A couple of weeks ago, and he was pulled out.
Yeah, he beat him dead.
He was pulled out of that.
No, I was like Michael Hunter fights with Don King.
Yeah, he fights with Don King. He was supposed to fight in the UK.
He was supposed to fight Pulev. He was supposed to fight Pulev. Go ahead. You talking about after that? You talking about after that when he knocked that dude off? Yeah.
He didn't though.
What I'm saying is, you said when the last time we see Michael Hunter, I was saying Michael Hunter fights for Don King. Don King doesn't have a network, so a lot of his fights are not televised. So unless you're following Don King's promotion, you probably won't know that Michael Hunter is fighting. So that's not saying that he's not fighting. You just probably won't know that he's fighting because you're not following Don King's promotions.
I mean, the thing that's so crazy, the thing that's so crazy about boxing, that it's really, and it sucks, man. It's all about the business. It's all about how these guys how they get their money and where the money's coming from, and that determines everything. That's the part that sucks. It's not about from what I'm hearing, they don't care about belts, they don't care about legacy, they care about getting their money, which is nothing wrong with that. And it just changes the whole way we look at the sport. That's all these guys care about is what they make, and there's nothing wrong with that.
But the whole thing with Virgil, going back to Virgil.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, Shaw wants to say something too.
Virgil's dealing with a promoter. He's dealing with a promoter that's been sued by multiple fighters. This ain't the first time that Oscar has been in this situation. He was sued and had to release Speedy Rashid Ellis. He got sued by Oscar De La Hoya, had to release him. He's being sued now by Virgil Ortiz. Now he's going to have to release it. Yes.
Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya got sued by Canelo too, and the same lawyer that
you don't think that comes with doing business? You're going to get sued?
Yeah, but he's breaching.
What I'm saying is he's been sued by multiple fighters. How many other promoters you know?
Every promoter has been. You've seen Eddie Hearn's been sued multiple times.
No, I haven't.
Because you don't pay attention. Eddie Hearn got a whole lawsuit right now with Mutias Garcia for a breach of contract. These dudes, the thing is this: it's just they pick and choose who they want to make the villain. That's the part of doing business. If you have a dispute in a contract, you go to court. Being sued is not a big deal. It's really not.
It's really not, and it shouldn't be considered it in boxing. We're talking about contracts and business. What I was gonna say before was, to BVO's point, is that now I lost track of thought because y'all just been going back and forth. But so Michael Hunter was gonna fight Eli Frankham on the 5th. Mm-hmm. He was pulled out of that fight, obviously, again by Don King. So that would have been the fight after Pulev. Mm-hmm. Then what was I gonna say about the contract? So yeah, there are different contracts. We do know that. Mm-hmm. And I think that BVO is right when he talks about Kathy Duva in the particular type of contract that she has with Baki. He can't just go fight any dang body. He got to do what she say. But I was gonna ask you, BVO, if you know how much longer he got in that contract with her.
From what I know from her, they got her for 2 more fights.
Okay.
She got her for 2 more fights. They got a mandatory. He gonna do a unification, and I'm assuming he's gonna leave her.
And then remember what I said earlier about Oscar and Ryan. Ryan was trying to sue to get out of his contract because remember Ryan wasn't supposed to be fighting. He tried to go over to Japan. I know y'all remember that. And Oscar pulled the strings and was like, "Nah, you can't do if I don't say you can." So they do.
Yeah, because he didn't want that to count. I get, and this is what I'm hearing. So I don't know the particulars, just for free. But when they do fight, it goes against that count. So he didn't want to give that as one of the fights. You know what I mean? You know how like they do. I guess they do in the music industry. They can say, "Hey, this ain't an album. This is a mixtape."
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, that's what he didn't want that to count as one of his fights. That's why he did that. Because he's about to. The thing that happens is you really only keep your stars on fight-to-fight basis. People forget Marvelous, Ray Leonard were all doing fight-to-fight, one fight at a time with Bob Arum. They didn't have multiple fights. Multiple fights is something they did so they could bleed these niggas dry. That's why they did that. But a lot of these guys are getting smart and fighting. That's what Floyd was trying to teach everybody. Fight one fight to fight, one fight at a time, and don't sign these long-term deals. You see how they made, Devin signed a long deal. Apparently Tank signed a long 7 fight deal, imaginary fight deal. You know what I mean? They want to keep these guys as long as they can.
But to be honest, though, some fighters can't do one deal because what if you get knocked out and now you can't sign to nobody? What?
Or Top Rank, once you get a belt, it re-ups your contract.
Yep, they did that with Big Norman.
The fight is, you know what though, Shelly, as we all both are all finding out because we all young content creators, the fight game is pretty brutal. So I didn't heard about dudes really struggling to buy groceries. So most of the time they're gonna take that money because even like Keith Cologne, and I give Keith and his dad so much credit. Usually guys don't get this far without a promoter. They usually don't. People don't realize if Terrence Crawford wouldn't have got with Tom Rank, they would have made him go to 40-70 immediately. He would have never went to 35 and 40. That's a luxury to do that.
Well,
having a promotion company is a blessing. People don't realize how much of a blessing it really is.
You're right, and that's the struggles in boxing today. Like look at your guy in your state, Albert Bell. He's not signed with anybody, and I think he's good. He's an undefeated fighter, and hasn't had an opportunity to fight for a title. I think he's a really good fighter, but
he never will.
He won't.
You know what they do though, Tommy? They sign niggas to shelve them. That's the thing that I learned that they do now too. They sign niggas to shelve them.
Yeah.
That's
what they did with Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz, when he was supposed to fight Anthony Joshua, they signed him. The nigga disappeared for 2-3 years. Then he finally get the water fight.
Charles Conwell over there with Oscar.
No.
Yeah,
Charles Conwell, like you said, Speedy Rashidi, all them dudes were signed so they could keep them, so they could keep the whole 154 and 47 open for Virgil. It's just a fact. The facts are they signed those dudes to keep them away from them niggas.
The only way Oscar is going to get Virgil to stay on board and stay under Golden Boy is if he makes this fight with Jerome Businis, because right now Golden Boy contract is up with DAZN.
Right.
This was the last fight that they put on tonight. This was the last fight that they was putting on DAZN. They're not putting another fight on for Golden Boy on DAZN unless they make the Jerome Businis fight. So that's the only way he's going to keep Virgil, if he can get this fight and somehow get Virgil back in good graces. Other than that, Virgil is out the door and Golden Boy is off of DAZN.
I can't imagine
Stock for some reason has not come on the panel yet, but he has time to write in the chat. He says, well, Crawford had one of the best managers in boxing, Cameron Duncan. That's also a good point too.
Mr. No Black Fighters Allowed.
Mr.
No Black Fighters Allowed.
Well, yeah, he was part of that. Is true too. Another thing too is like as far as Virgil's concerned, like he's bad luck, and Pedro just texted me now. He's like, his career is getting pissed away. Like this lawsuit's going to hurt him because it's going to take time off.
Stupid.
Like he had the blood issues, he missed 2 years, and then now he hasn't really fought anybody. So like how long you think this is going to take where he's going to be out of the ring? So
I put like this though, because people don't respect when you fight middle class guys. He did fight Boychuk. He got dropped 3 times. They gave him probably an unwarranted decision. Then he fought Majimov. Then he fought Lubin. People see because he beat Lubin up so bad, people forget they had Lubin winning. Because Lubin had looked spectacular. Right. Lubin looked spectacular on Pro Box.
Majority wasn't picking Lubin to win though. We can't say majority was.
A lot of people was picking him. I don't know if because it was black skin or what, but a lot of mad niggas was picking this dude.
So you
I actually won a few bucks off of it because niggas was like so blind. Like, oh, there's no way Michigan's gonna beat the slick nigga. And you see what happened? He got beat dead.
Telling me is
I didn't have Lubin. I told y'all a long time ago, Lubin is a gatekeeper. I told y'all that a long time ago.
Was majority saying that Lubin was gonna win? Yes or no?
What are you talking about?
Majority of
From what I heard, the majority of people I heard that were black said he was gonna win. They said he was gonna win because he looked spectacular with pro box.
Body and boxing, all type of people's majority was picking Ortiz to win, bro.
A lot of people, bro. Okay, you know more than me on this. I'll just say this. From what I've seen,
I think Sock agrees with you, BVO, which is
they all had Lubin because
BVO was at. Wherever BVO was at, majority of people was
BVO talking like
wherever you was at,
race the people
wherever you was at, majority of people picking Virgil.
That's what he's talking about.
I mean, because
you gotta remember, bro. You gotta remember, man. We got an opportunity with the Sports Talk Network to reach a big audience, and we get a chance to talk to people all the time. We on 4 days a week, you know. So from what we've been hearing, they had Lubin, and Lubin looked spectacular on Pro Box. They were showcasing him. You seen him have he was the one trying to walk Bachram down, and his boss couldn't get the fight. He didn't take that fight because he made more money to fight Virgil.
I don't think you can ever quantify that, because now if you went and talked to Hispanics, who do you think they chose? They sure wasn't Lubin.
So all we can do is go off the people that we see, and me and you do get a chance to see a lot of people throughout the week, thousands of people throughout the week, and the consensus was Lubin was going to win. That's what it was. You had a few.
I mean,
because it's always easy to play that Switzerland, I don't know, 6-7 bullshit. I'm just going off what you see. I'm just trying to be matter of fact on what I'm saying. What you see is people thought Lubin was going to win, and he didn't. It was so much so they damn near had a 50-50 fight. Pull the odds up. They damn near had it as a 50-50 fight.
That depends on what platform you was using, bro. I'm saying
MGM Grand. I mean, see, you one of those niggas who always got the what if this, but a what if was something, we all be drunk if it was a fifth. But it's always a couple what if, nigga.
Talking about one.
I know you ain't saying that, BBO.
You talking about one. He's talking about one race. That's literally every race watches boxing. You're not talking about every race. You're talking about one race, bro.
I'm gonna tell you some numbers that I found out, man. Do you know that 60% of the people that consume boxing, you can look this up, are black and Mexican? You can look that shit up on the Wall Street Journal. Black and brown are the people who mainly consume boxing.
We know that.
Where in the Wall Street Journal can I find this? Because I'll
send you the link.
Okay, I need to see this.
The Wall
Street Journal.
I still think those are two distinct classes. I think those are also two distinct classes. Hispanic and then black. You can make them have a bulk of 60%, but when you get into that, the 60%, there's still a split there. So, and I think.
Let me ask you this, Tommy. Now you're a Puerto Rican nigga, Tommy. When you go to the fights, how many white people do you see at the fights, or do you just see a bunch of Puerto Rican niggas and a bunch of blacks?
It depends on what fight I go to. So when I go,
only time we see white niggas is when they have like a nigga from Europe. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no. When they had Caleb Walsh. So with Caleb Walsh, a
nigga from Europe,
a lot of Irish people. So
a nigga from Europe or wherever.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's the main time. Only reason Dalton Smith and them niggas came is because only reason they was white because they from Europe. You can say what you want. Caleb Plant, he brings out a bunch of niggas and a bunch of Mexicans. That's who consumes the sport. Go to the fights and see. Take a chance to go to the fights and see.
Go to the
You're gonna see blacks and Mexicans in there.
You're gonna see more Latinos though, I promise.
Latinos too, mostly Latinos.
Yeah,
you see way more of them. Like I said,
it's the both of us. It's really the both of us because if you think about it, what is the main cards we always see that do really well? Black versus some type of Spanish, or black versus some type of. And you really don't see no white dudes, man. And even if you say Caleb Point, you really can't say he white. That's a John B nigga. He got a fade, got him a little black girl and all that. That's a wigger.
I'm still trying to figure out how did Magnumov get so much credit of being a good fighter off of 2 losses back to back? The man lost to Bud Crawford and he lost to Virgil Ortiz, and people keep saying that he's a good fighter.
You gotta
Based
think
off of
about
what?
we did not expect him to fight that good against Bud, so that's what like pushed him way up top. You know what I mean? And he
And
had
That
Bud
was
fought the
Bud
wrong fight.
moving
Bud
up
fought
to
the wrong
that was
fight.
Bud. That was Bud moving up to a weight class that he's never fought at before as well.
Nah, I don't think that was because of that. It was because Majima fought scary. He kept
I'm not saying that it was solely because of that, but I'm just saying that is a factor in the situation.
You can say that, yeah.
I mean,
what I'm saying is nobody knew who Magnumov was when they made that fight and said Bud is fighting Magnumov. Most people kept saying, "Who the heck is Magnumov? Why is he fighting Magnumov? Why is he not fighting somebody else?"
If you kept up with the European scene, you would have known who he was. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not doubting that. But what I'm saying is, I hear the people that's not a part of that doesn't follow the Europeans act like Magnumov is a great fighter now, based off of 2 losses that he took from Virgil and Jerome. And Bud. So I'm like, why? How? If y'all didn't know who he was before he fought Bud, how are y'all now saying that Magnumov is a good fighter? He got 2 losses. Based off of what you saw 2 losses.
Let me ask you this, Free. Let me ask you this, Free.
Before y'all saw him.
Let me ask you this, Free. Do you think Mudab Gassiev can beat Kabayel?
Hell no.
Who?
The WBA regular champion, Mudab Gassiev, who just beat Pulev.
Did they? No.
Probably not, because I never seen him fight.
That's the thing, and I had to learn this. You got to kind of really, and a shout out to the Zone. I got the Zone thing where I can watch all their fights, and if you see some of these, that's how I knew Dalton Smith will win. When you get a chance to see some of these guys fight, you realize that how good they really are. These European niggas are great, man.
I understand that, but I'm talking about the people that never seen him fight, and they were saying he's a nobody. Now all of a sudden, they use him as a measuring stick like he is somebody when you was saying he was a nobody. You didn't know who he was, and now all of a sudden, oh, he's a good fighter. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons why, you asking that, right? Because the commentators was hyping up Majimov. You know what I'm saying? So they also helped along with people now coming around saying that he's a good fighter when before they were saying that they didn't know who he was.
You got to remember this. My favorite fighter ducked him. Jamel Charlo ducked him for a reason.
Don't do
He
that.
ducked him and he ducked Bakram. He ducked him and Bakram. He ducked them both. He ducked them both. He ducked them both. He ducked them both.
Okay, so
look it up. He ducked them both. Soon as those niggas got in the rankings, they got close. He was done. He went on fighting Canelo now, and that's my favorite fighter.
BVO, listen. Since you said he ducked him, when was they called as the mandatory?
They got called after. Well, first it was Bakram. That's why they took the belt off. That's why they took the belt off of him when he fought Canelo. When he walked in the ring, you don't know what you're talking about. When he walked in the ring and fought Bak, when he walked in the ring, the IBF took it off. I talk to the people, nigga. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? When Jamel Charlo was about to fight Canelo Alvarez, his mandatory was Tim Tszyu. He only had one. His mandatory was Tim Tszyu.
It was.
They took the WBO and they took the IBF belt. They took the IBF belt as well.
Listen, BBO. They took those belts, but he wasn't mandated to fight neither one of those guys. He was only mandated to fight Tim Tszyu. The only person you could say he ducked is Tim Tszyu. If you want to say he ducked anybody, is Tim Tszyu. He wasn't mandated to fight neither one of those other 2 guys. So you saying he ducked them is not true. It's not true.
They gave him a bunch of time after he got beat by Canelo to make the fights. They called a purse. They called a purse bid. They called a purse bid for the WBA.
When they made the
after he lost Canelo, the WBA gave him a chance to make the fight with Majimov, and he didn't make it. He didn't want to fight after that because he had just got a bunch of money. That's a duck, man. That's a duck.
How are you ducking somebody when you moving up to challenge a fighter that's on a pound for pounders, bro? What sense?
You're doing that to he did that. That was nothing but a money play.
Man, it was double undisputed on the line, bro. Like what?
It wasn't double undisputed on the line because he wouldn't have won the 154 belts. So it wasn't double undisputed. It was undisputed for 68.
For Charlo it was.
For Charlo
It
only,
wasn't because they had already stripped him with one of the belts when he first hit the ring.
It was only for 168.
They took the mandatory belt. They took the belt that he was mandated to fight. The only person that he was mandated to fight.
Tim Zoo, right?
The only person that he was mandated to fight.
Yeah, it was. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And the reason why I think that they think Madrimov I think it's the style, because anytime you get an Eastern European style, and he's so rhythmic with his style, it's not like just that standard
jerky, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was the allure, as well as him being a champion. But he only had 10 fights, so that always gave me pause, like why everybody was on his NUT.
He had 100 fights in the amateurs. That's all. He had 100 fights in the amateurs. But I say this, I'm about to go out and, man, shout out to Puerto Rican Tommy, man. Shout out to Shawa, man, one of the best on YouTube. And you know, me and D Free go back and forth, but I love that Puerto Rican nigga, man. Happy birthday, bro. And shout out to everybody else. I'm gold, man.
I appreciate everybody, man. We've been running out of time. I want to just touch up on football real quick. I definitely appreciate the good boxing talk. It was good back and forth. BBO, you're a wild boy, and you're never going to change. We know this. But definitely appreciate everybody coming up, talking boxing. Let's go into the playoffs real quick if people got time. Dub, you got time? Because Dub, you know, he's been on mute for a minute. But Shaw, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming up. I know you don't want to talk football. But tomorrow starts one of 4 games. Tomorrow is going to be the day where the number 1 seeds get to play. The Broncos and the Seahawks will play tomorrow. So the Broncos will be taking on who the Broncos playing again?
Houston.
The Broncos are taking on Houston Texans, a very interesting game. And then Seattle is hosting to the San Francisco 49ers. So let's start with the first game. Denver favored 1.5 against the Houston Texans. Interesting game because the Houston Texans has been playing great ball, especially on the defensive side. The defense has been incredible. Last week or this Monday, they beat up on Pittsburgh, and it's kind of messed up that they only get 5 days rest because from Monday to Saturday, you know. But they had 2 turnovers for touchdown. One was a fumble by Rankins, I believe. His name is Sheldon Rankins. He had a 33-yard fumble return for a touchdown. He also had a sack and a half in the game, and then a 50-yard interception return by Colin Bullock. You know, the Texans defense have been incredible last week. They had 4 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 12 quarterback hits, and then obviously the 2 touchdowns by turnovers. The thing about the Texans is Stroud. Stroud has just been bad, man. He's just, I don't know. He's been very inconsistent. He threw a bad interception last week against Pittsburgh. You know, how far or how competitive can Houston be against the Broncos who just had a week off?
You know, it's funny you say that. I watched that game. Man, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, CJ Stroud, he trying to lose. The defense playing fine. They playing. Yeah. Man, you ain't even got to be special right now. Just be average. It seemed like he was trying to lose the game. That's what it seemed like. That's what my eyes showed me. But I mean, the Texans defense, I'm very high on them. I love them. I think they done saved the season respectfully to some degree at certain moments. You know what I'm saying? So. A fan of the Texas defense, still worried about, and it's crazy. I'm a fan of C.J. Stroud. I like C.J. Stroud. I think he's a good quarterback. It just, this season, especially in these latter games, it ain't showed up. It ain't showed up like I would expect it to show up. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still got the Texans winning this game.
You got the Texans with the upset.
I got the Texans.
Wow. Okay.
I still got the Texans. I think CJ Stroud, I think he show out this game.
Interesting. D-Free, what do you think about that?
I agree with everything Dub said up until he said he got Texans. Texans are going into this game without their number one receiver. Nico Collins is out with the concussion. He's not playing. That's pretty much all you need to say. They don't have their number one receiver. He looked bad with his number one receiver, and then he looked even worse when his number one receiver went down. Now you got to go a whole game against probably the number one defense in the league. Doesn't look good. I got Denver by 10. I got Denver by 10.
So that's covering the spread. I don't know. I don't have Denver by 10, and I don't know how I feel about this game. You know, Denver rested. Bo Nix has had a good year. You know, they're well coached. The defense is not as bad. You know, they got a decent running game with Harvey. You know, but sometimes defense just takes over. Defense wins games. You know, if Stroud could be decent and they could run the ball like they did, I thought they ran the ball pretty decent last week against Pittsburgh. I think Houston can pull off the upset. I'm still picking Denver to win this game, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Dub's pick. By 10 for Houston is a little bit crazy. By Denver it's a little. I think it'll be a lot closer than that. I think the defense will keep them pretty much close. Bo Nix, I believe this is going to be his first playoff game too. So I got Denver in a close game.
Hold on, real quick. Let me ask you this. They
were in the playoffs last year?
TD, let me ask you this.
They was in the playoffs last year. They made it all the way to the game right before the AFC Championship. They played 2 games, and then they lost. They lost the game right before they lost in the division round.
Oh, okay, wow, I forgot.
They lost in the division round.
TD, I got a question for you, real quick.
Go ahead. That sock comes here faster and be late.
Well, you know, you guys are talking something that's relevant. That's the NFL. You know, so I'm so bored with boxing right now. I'm going on strike with boxing until there's a big fight. I'm becoming a casual, or unless I have some business, you know, invested in it. You know, I'll be hyped for next 2 weeks. Teofimo and
Shakur,
yeah. Everything else, fuck all that. Boxing sucks.
Wow.
Anyway,
came in strong, firing.
Yeah. That's my hot take as of 12:09. Good evening to everybody.
So tell us about Denver and Houston.
But yeah,
let's talk about football.
It's Free's birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, sir! One of my favorite Capricorns on this earth. Happy birthday!
Appreciate it.
All right. Fine wine.
No, your father's birthday was today or yesterday?
It was yesterday, and he actually told me that he was shocked that you did not send him a text.
I dropped the ball.
So shocked is also the same as disappointed, but it's okay.
Jesus Christ. I'll hit him up tomorrow. Damn, now I feel bad.
You should.
Go ahead, Doc. Cook on this game.
Did you guys do Texans and Patriots?
Yeah, there's a first game. No, Texans and Denver.
No.
Yeah,
the Bills.
Oh, did they play the Patriots?
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Oh my! Don't tell me you're giving misinformation. Thank goodness I came on.
No, Denver.
Oh, you know what? Because you read the script. Was the lowest seed. They were the lowest seed, and they beat Pittsburgh. I forgot. They were the lowest seed. They beat Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was the 4th seed.
Oh, I thought you saw the NFL script.
So Denver plays the Texans. That's what I said.
No, Denver plays the Bills. No. Yeah.
Denver plays they play the Bills. That's right. He's right.
Denver
the Bills. And Pittsburgh the Texans play New England. In that case, I still got New England.
Holy shit!
I'm about to pull it up right now.
So
what you sipping on, Tom?
We got freaking Doug Rice picking the Texans to beat Denver, which is crazy. They're not even playing. So let's
Dougie, how's it going, Dougie?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. Hold on.
We went overtime in boxing.
Wait a minute. We're not gonna allow this to happen. You out of order.
I am out of order. That's because we went too much in boxing.
You asked me a question. You asked me who gonna win in this matchup. I answered the question. You out of order, man.
Notes and everything.
You was wrong. Don't put it on me. Don't put it on me.
Unbelievable, man. Let's start all over. I know Denver's favored 1.5 against the Buffalo Bills. Sock,
Well, are they favored? Because it was the other way around. They were underdogs. It was like the first time since Philadelphia and I think the Falcons that a home team in this round was an underdog. So check that. It might have gone even money.
I have it 1.5 according to ESPN because I took it off ESPN. I'll look
as of today.
Yeah, today because I just wrote everything down today in my notes.
All right, so we're gonna take it from the top, right?
And the Rams are favorite too. The Rams are favored over Chicago.
Right. Well, I mean, the Rams are going to be favored probably all the way.
Let's do this. Let's give the game. Let's give the spread, and let's speak on it.
And let's give me props for getting it right.
Well,
you got it, Dan.
Got it right. You did get it right. You got it right.
Okay.
Hey. And I was out of order too. I'm out of order.
All right, so go ahead. Denver, I'm looking at it right now. Denver favored 1.5, over under 45.5 against the Broncos. That's the first game tomorrow, first game of the 4 games, 4:30, CBS. Go ahead, Sock.
Hey, Sock, what type of brew is that? What you drinking?
I don't want to give free advertising, but they make it in Milwaukee.
Shout out to Milwaukee.
And it's less filling. It tastes great.
Shout out to Milwaukee, man. Go ahead.
All right.
The whole slogan.
Yeah. Let's see. I gotta go with the Bills. I mean, Denver has the better roster, but the Bills got the best player on the field. And I think Bo Nix, he's still a young QB. They probably got the better coach. They're at home, but something tells me, man, Josh Allen is going to find a way. If he has the ball in the last drive, I think Buffalo wins. So I'm going with Buffalo, although I think that they're not the better team, but I think, like I said, they got the best player on the field. So I do believe.
What a game at? What a game at?
Mile High.
Is it Mile High?
Yeah. I think Buffalo with the Rock driving down the field. I think Buffalo wins.
Okay, Dub.
Yeah, I'm.
Well, then, no, go ahead, Free. It's on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think they're the veteran team. Broncos is still a young team. Even though they was in the playoffs last year, I just think if the Bills had any chance of making it to the Super Bowl, this is the year. They have no Patrick Mahomes to go against. They have no Lamar Jackson to go against. If there's any year for them to make it to the Super Bowl, this is the year. So I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Okay, Dub, right side.
Hey man, listen. I'm gonna be honest. I like Josh Allen. I wish the best for him. If y'all don't know, y'all know I'm a Georgia fan. My running back is over there showing up and showing out. Over with man, I got the Bills, man. Listen, excuse me, I got the Broncos, and I'm gonna tell you what. The passing game of the Bills is subpar now. Regardless of what you want to think of it, it's subpar. They don't have receivers like that. They don't have target, and Josh Allen hasn't looked that great. He hasn't looked that great, in my personal opinion. I think the defense that and this is the one thing I will say. Y'all may be right about this. And if I'm wrong, I ain't got no problem being wrong. Y'all may be absolutely correct. I don't understand, and I want that to be want you to understand what I'm saying. I don't understand the Bills offense. Not the Bills, excuse me, the Broncos offense. I don't understand what they're doing with Knicks. And sometimes it's down the field, sometimes it's mid. Man, if we can get 14 points, we can win the game. Why? Because the defense is out there, and I think that's the difference in this game. I think it's the Broncos defense. I think the Broncos, man, one thing they do very well, man, they can stop the run and be very efficient in the pass game because of who they have on the outside. I'm taking the Broncos in this one. And I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. For some reason, if Josh Allen is able to win this game, he's gonna have to run 2 touchdowns in my personal opinion. And man, this gonna be a dog fight. And in a dog fight, man, give me Mile High, man. Give me Mile High.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut anyone. Is this a rematch, right? They played last year, right? Didn't Buffalo bump Denver? But it was in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Last year.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in Buffalo.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a wild card game. It's funny that Dub says that, so it's on me. Dub says that because last week the Bills win. They beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Josh Allen was the running attack. They didn't really run the ball well, but he had 2 rushing touchdowns and he threw for a touchdown. So maybe this is a start of something new. Also, it was the first road playoff win for the Buffalo Bills in 33 years. So maybe they extend that to back-to-back. So 33 years since they won a road playoff win.
Damn,
so,
you said 33?
33 years. The last win on the road was at Pittsburgh in 1992.
Well, it was playing damn Jacksonville. What you expect?
Well, they and their defense did okay. They forced 2 interceptions, and their top receiver, Khalil Shakur, had 12 receptions for 82 yards. So maybe it might be a low-scoring game, and maybe it is Josh Allen, leading them to victory with a rushing touchdown. I like the Bills in this game. I like the Bills in a close game, a little higher scoring. I could see this game, 24. 27-24, the Bills can win this game off of Josh Allen using his legs and, a little bit to the air.
Hey. Yeah. What did Dub say that the Bills need to do to win this game? He said he needs Josh Allen to rush for how many touchdowns?
2.
He said 2.
Yeah.
And what did he do last week? What did he do last week?
2. That's why I let off with that. He ran for 2 rushing touchdowns last week.
Okay. It's not like it's out of the realm of Josh Allen rushing for a touchdown or 2. This is what he normally does. This is what he normally does.
I think real quick, only thing I think is different. I think this Denver defense is different than what that Jacksonville. I think we're talking about 2 totally different defenses. Respectfully.
Jacksonville had a good year though.
Yeah, and they were hot. No. They were going into the playoffs hot.
Jacksonville. A lot of people pick Jacksonville.
Man, listen. What I'm trying to tell you is Jacksonville. You can pick them. Yeah, their defense ain't been spectacular this year. They mid-range. They're a mid-range defense. The defense that what are they? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct.
I think they top 10. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they top 10.
Okay.
I'm about to pull it up.
I believe Denver is a top 5 defense. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm not really trying to shit on anything that Jacksonville got going on. I'm just saying that Denver has a better defense. That's all I'm trying to say.
For sure. That I agree. I mean, but is Surtain 100%?
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
Denver do got the better defense.
And that's the question I want to know too.
Yeah, I mean he's playing,
know about that,
but I don't think he's 100%.
But you know what's so crazy? The great thing about Denver defense, man, they front that they run, they can control some shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't just run the ball against them. Like they can control shit accordingly and let they back end do what they gonna do. Go ahead, Sock.
No, well, that's probably one of the best matchups is that front 4 against Buffalo's O-line. And Buffalo's O-line, I think it was the right tackle. I don't know if he finished the game, so I got to check the injury report. But Buffalo has a really good offensive line. And, we talk about Josh Allen, but I think Cook could be a factor. I think he's got to play well.
I'm a fan. Hey, that's a Georgia boy right there. That's a Georgia boy, so I'm a fan. And he been showing out. He
had a great year.
Man, to run that ball, and the thing is with Denver's defense, the way they utilize odd fronts, man. The odd fronts that they utilize is, man, it make it difficult to run the ball. It make it I'm a Cowboys fan. I love the Cowboys, so I done had to study Denver defense. I done had to study. Man,
Sean Payton with a bye week.
They top 10 defense. They top 11.
Okay.
Hold on, say that again. I didn't hear him. Did y'all hear him?
Yes, I heard him. Top 11 defense. D. Free said of the Broncos.
Okay, top 11.
They top 11. They're not top 10. They top 11.
I missed it by a spot. My bad. I apologize.
I think Sean Payton. I mean, he's done. I think he's come in and he changed that team kind of overnight. He hit on the quarterback in the draft, but he signed a big contract to win this type of game. He's coming off a bye week. He's playing at home. This would be a bad L for Sean Payton if he loses.
Sean Payton, he does it well. I'm just telling you, and I'm legit, in my opinion, I don't think that in the offense, I think it is starting to take a little, and you understand the Sean Payton offense, right? I think Bo Nix kind of Sean Payton that found his role, and it's not going to be a Drew Brees offense with Bo Nix, but he done kind of found how to utilize Bo to be productive. You know what I'm saying? Man, what they doing on that defense right now, though, that's my thing. The defense, even though, and I think Free said it's top 11. It ain't top 10, it's top 11. Man, if Patrick Surtain, and that's the question that I have, if he healthy on the outside, along with the fronts that they running, man, that's a tough defense to deal with.
Well,
it does go into the health of Patrick Surtain. Go ahead.
Let me give you some stats for the defense. So real quick, D Free, do you know this guy here, Lanier Pryor? He wants to link. I think he's on your channel. Let me know if I could.
I don't know him. He's on your page. He's on your page. I don't know.
You sure he's not on my
Hey, turn your camera on, man. Turn your camera on.
I didn't drop the link yet.
Oh, okay.
I'll drop it, but yeah, as long as you turn your camera on and I see who you are, and no funny stuff, you know what I mean? But let me just read something.
No. Well, we don't want no smoke around. We don't want no smoke.
Yeah. So
we don't want no smoke.
The Broncos basically one of the better teams, especially getting after the quarterback. They got 68. They had 68 sacks as a team, 11 more than any other team, and 5th in the Super Bowl era, and are the only unit in the NFL to feature 4 players with 7+ sacks this year, which is Nick Bonito, Jonathan Cooper, John Franklin Myers, and Zach Allen.
Man, that front seven is crazy. That front seven is crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. They get after the pick. Y'all think
without blitzing. And without having the blitz.
They do it with 4. They do it with 4.
Yeah.
But then that make their back end that much better. And even with a hurt Patrick Surtain, my God, man, my goodness. Respect. I said it respect.
Jesus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to touch up on that as far as the defense is concerned. So, they're good at getting after the quarterback. So the O-line, there's no big injuries reported from what I'm looking at in the injury report. So, but I don't know when this guy comes up. I dropped the link if he wants to come up. Raven Nation's Baltimore.
He said he had work.
Yeah, if you want to come up, come up. But let's go to the night game. To me, the main event of the playoffs, because I am a Seahawks fan. I don't know if anybody else's teams are still in it as far as the panel.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yo, you're gonna cut me off?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off. I'm cutting you off. You ain't just gonna disrespect everybody else's team out here, man.
Hey, we're still in the dance, bro. You didn't get invited to the dance. That's not my problem. You're a Cowboy fan.
Shout out to the Seahawks, man.
Shout out to the. You know what?
No. Hold on, TV. I want to tell you one thing. D Free got the record. We picked this way before the season started. Man, I didn't give the Seahawks nearly the credit they deserve. And man, y'all done showed up and showed out. For y'all to be in the I had y'all third in y'all division. I had y'all third. for y'all to do what y'all done did, man, I apologize to you. I was wrong. And I'm
You know what, Dub?
I'm telling you,
being,
I was wrong.
I ain't apologizing about that.
Yeah, me being a nice guy, Dub. You know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't apologize about that. That's a prediction.
It ain't no apology. I'm
it's
just
a bad
telling him I was
prediction.
wrong. I was there wrong. I was wrong as hell.
It's a bad prediction, but you know, it's okay. Hey,
It's
listen.
a prediction.
It's a bad prediction, you know. But Dub, shout out to the Cowboys, Dub, right side.
Hey, who give up yards? We do. Who miss tackles? We do. Who let tight ends run free? That's us. Third and long? Still first down. Every time. Who can't stop a screen? We can.
Shout out to the Dallas.
Really? That's what we doing? That's what we doing? All right. Now, just know my next soliloquy ain't gonna be nearly what you think it's gonna be. Go ahead. All right, go ahead. Here we go.
So the Seattle Seahawks.
Just know you started. Top TD. Just know you started this.
There's only one team. There's only one team that's up here that's only not made it to the AFC or the NFC championship in 30 years. There's only one team out of all of our teams that has not done that in 30 years.
Who would that be, Dub?
I don't give a fuck, man. Fuck all of y'all. fuck D-Free. Hold on. Well, since this is how we want to do things tonight, that's okay. I'm okay with it.
You press the link.
What? Well, you out of order. Nah, I'm finna be in order. Because I got the flow. Okay. Socrates.
Can I go
yes,
over
sir.
You out of order, man.
Prediction?
You out of order, man.
I'm gonna mute you.
Trying to hear what you're talking about.
Hey,
we're going to Seattle Seahawks and the 49ers.
I'm the only person in order right now.
No, you're not.
I can ask questions.
Seattle, listen.
No, you out of order, man. It's on me. The floor is on me.
You don't even know the spread. Let me give you the.
It don't matter what the spread is, man. The Cowboys ain't playing. We talking about the Cowboys right now. So we not talking about no damn spread. You out of order. Listen.
We don't want to talk about the Cowboys.
Now you out of order.
Yeah,
you brought it up. D-Free, you brought it up. You started this nonsense. I didn't start it. I didn't even want to have a conversation about it. You started this.
That's the problem with the Cowboys.
No, you ain't gonna. You're not getting away with it. We're not gonna allow it. We're not gonna allow this to happen. You're not gonna sit here and make these
Cowboy fans got nothing.
I'm gonna respond. Hey, Thomas, you gonna have to deal with it. Put them on mute, man.
Hey, Dub, you know what you gotta do, Dub?
You out of order, Thomas. You gotta put them on mute. Listen, I gotta do.
No, what you gotta do is win some playoff games, and then you can talk.
Oh, this kid was great. They used to call him Spit Shine Tommy. I swear to God. Oh, he'd make your shoes look like fucking mirrors. Excuse my language. He was terrific. He was the best. And he made a lot of money, too. Salud, Tommy.
No more shines, Billy.
What?
I said no more shines. Maybe you didn't hear about it. You've been away a long time. They didn't go up there and tell you. I don't shine shoes anymore.
Relax, will you, for crying out? What's got into you? I'm breaking your balls a little bit, that's all. I'm only kidding with you.
Sometimes you don't sound like you're kidding. You know, there's a lot of people around.
I mean, I'm only kidding with you. We're having a party. I mean, I just came home. I haven't seen you in a long time, and I'm breaking your balls, and right away you're getting fucking fresh. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you.
I'm sorry, too. It's okay. No
man,
problem.
we ain't got time for this, man. Sometimes you're trying to
listen to
break
this, Dub. Listen
no,
to
man.
this.
No,
Listen,
man.
Get your fucking shine box.
I done seen it. You trying to break
Go
my
get
balls.
your fucking shine box.
It don't come across like that. I ain't who you think I used to be. It ain't.
You took your boots off. You put your feet on the table. You shit-kicking, stinky horseman, horse-smelling motherfucker. You fuck me up,
man. You out of order. You out of order.
You out of order. You ain't letting me talk about the game, man.
You out of order, man.
Yeah,
let's start all over. Let's get ready. All right.
We'll start over.
Seattle Seahawks, 14-3, hosting the San Francisco 49ers, favored by 7. One of the big injuries, Kittle is out of this game. Pearsall is questionable. They say he might play. That's big for them. He didn't play the last time they played, which was 2 weeks ago. Sam Darnold has got an oblique injury. He is questionable, but he says he will play. If he doesn't play, we have to go to Drew Lock. Drew Lock is the backup, and he's serviceable, but the Niners defense, one of the worst in the league. But Darnold second,
except last week.
Except last week, and then second, he's lucky to beat the Eagles, and then he's Sam Darnold second in the league in turning over the football. So that's the major stats. San Francisco last week, they ran the ball well. They used McCaffrey pretty well. He had over 100 yards combined rushing and receiving. Purdy 2 touchdowns. Of course, he throws the interception ball as well. 2 picks, 262 yards. Dub, what do you got in this game? Who you got in this game and why?
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I gotta see what happened with Sam Darnold. If Sam Darnold plays, I like Seattle offense. I do think that the 49er defense is coming around. I think they have a chance to suppress some shit. I'm just saying, I don't even understand what goes on with Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. I don't understand it. They should be trash, in my personal opinion, but they never are. But in this situation, man, if Sam Darnold is healthy, I gotta go with Seattle. I think that the running game that y'all been employing so far, Sam Darnold, man, putting the pill around a decent defense. Now y'all ain't the best right now on defense. Ain't no disrespect. Y'all better than the Cowboys, which that ain't hard. Everybody better than the Cowboys. But I think y'all defense has been playing well. Man, if y'all can get the running game going early in that game, control what they have going with the injuries and the lack of, because I think, man, they missing key individuals. I think that Seattle should win this game, in my personal opinion. So I'm picking Seattle. I'm going 27-21. I'm going 27-21.
Okay. Sock.
Wow. Well, before I pick the game, last week's performance by the Niners in Philadelphia, banged up with a bunch of players on defense, literally off the street. I mean, that is one of the most impressive wins I've seen. I mean, beating a healthy Philadelphia team. Now, I know Lane Johnson didn't play, big, all pro right tackle, but shame on Philadelphia losing that game. Shame, especially after Kittle going down, with a bad injury, one of the great players in the league. What a performance by San Francisco. And out of any sport, coaching matters. Saleh, you're starting to realize, I mean, being a coordinator and being a head coach are two different things. And Saleh's tenure here with the Jets was just, horrible. But the man could fucking coach. He's a great teacher. He got a bunch of bums, no names, to beat the world champs. They got people questioning Jalen Hurts. Is he competent? Like, have you seen the what do you call it? The hot takes and the aftermath of that loss? Jalen Hurts is getting run out of Philly. It's either him or, I mean, obviously the OC took the hit, right? But a lot of people are saying it's not on Jalen Hurts. It's not on the OC. Is that Jalen Hurts can only run 5 plays.
Hold on, Sock. Can I ask you a quick question? I gotta ask you a quick question. And like you, I'm a Cowboys fan, and I love dissecting the Eagles. The Eagles, the Giants, Washington. Those are the
I heard that's how it is in the Department of Education in Dallas. In most places they dissect frogs, but over there you guys dissect eagles when you're in high school. Go ahead.
I live in Georgia, so but I dissect wherever I'm at. I'm dissecting, so it is what it is. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I want to ask this. Mm-hmm. When it comes to that offense, I think the defense is fantastic. I think the Eagles' defense is fantastic. One of the things I ain't even gonna lie to you. Being a Cowboys fan, the Eagles defense scares me. It scares me. I think we put points up on them. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's the offense though. That's what I always think they're gonna fuck up at. Jalen, and this is the question I got. Jalen Hurts.
I mean, if CeeDee Lamb doesn't drop those passes,
we not talking about Dallas right now. We talking about Philadelphia. We talking about Philadelphia. Is Jalen Hurts, in your opinion, is he the goods? Second question. AJ. What's AJ? What's his last name?
Brown.
AJ Brown. Is AJ Brown that good? Those two individuals. Those are the two questions I have. What would be your dissection of the Philadelphia offense? Go ahead, give it to me.
I mean, Jalen Hurts had two of the best Super Bowl performances of all time, so he can't be hot shit, right? Just overnight. I think he's somewhere in between. I don't think he's a top 10 QB. I think he's somewhere in the middle, but he just doesn't look like a confident player. And him and AJ Brown, I mean, Brown is a good talent, but he checks out of games. I think he checks out of games. And I think that they have some issues in Philly. But anyway, we're talking too much about Philadelphia. I just wanted to get proud.
You're out of order, man. Out of order. We're talking about a team that's not even in the playoffs. We're talking about Seattle and the Niners.
Right. I was giving credit to the Niners.
Let me go ahead. Listen.
Unbelievable.
It is what it is, man. Y'all, I think, and y'all correct. I think the Hawks. I think they go in there. I think they put hands on the Niners. I think they put hands on. I think that the team that Seattle has versus what the Niners have, I think it's just a better team. I think the injuries have accumulated over there. Hell, we don't even know who's gonna be playing. I don't even know who playing linebacker. Do y'all know?
Lord help me. Jesus. D-Free, I'm gonna go before you real quick.
Real?
So,
I didn't make my pick.
Oh, you didn't make your pick? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? You kind of stole some thunder, but I think San Fran had their moment of the year. I think they overachieved. I think they got to play the perfect game to beat Seattle. So I'm going with Seattle, but I can see San Francisco covering that spread with like a backdoor cover. With Seattle kind of playing conservative towards the end. But give me the Seahawks at home. I think just too many injuries. The injuries catch up. And is Warner going to play? You talk about playing.
He's out.
Yeah.
He's not playing.
Okay.
I still don't think Seattle that good.
Only Pearsall is questionable for tomorrow.
You don't think the Seahawks are that good? Wow, disrespectful.
Yeah, well, let me read it to you. So I see the comment here, Niners clock management will win the game. Well, 2 weeks ago, the Seattle's clock management won the game in a low-scoring defensive game. Seattle ranks 4th in the NFL in QB pressure rate, which is 38.9%. Their defense is one of the best in the league, Seattle's defense, right? And it's ranked 4th while blitzing at one of the lowest rates, which is 25th in the NFL. So their defense, they don't even blitz much. They got good front four pressure, and they have a great secondary. Basically, that's bad news for the 49ers because Purdy and San Francisco offense has struggled mightily against the blitz this season, ranking 24th in passing efficiency. The proof is in their 2 meetings. Seattle increases blitzing by a rate of nearly 2-1 from their first contest, which was in the first game of the year, to their second, which was the last game of the year, forcing a completion percentage over expected at a minus 4.7%. on a night in which 49ers couldn't do much of anything positively on offense. So you can't have clock management if you're not getting first downs. Right? So the 49ers rank last. Listen, you gotta put a stop to it. You gotta no. Mute. You gotta let me talk and let me finish, then you could go. That's how it works, brother. Right? So as far as the Niners defense against the team in Darnold, who turns over the ball a lot, they rank last in sacks and are tied for 29th in interceptions. So they don't really force turnovers, and they do give up a lot of yards on defense because they're missing key players like Warner, Warner, the linebacker of the Niners. So this game is all about Seattle's defense and the game management of Sam Darnold not turning the ball over. I feel, and it's not because I'm a Seahawks fan, I think Seattle dominates this game. They're supposed to dominate this game. I see Seattle winning this game 20-10. And that touchdown by the Niners, they'll score late to score their first touchdown, making it 10. I think Seattle dominates this game defensively, and they win comfortably and cover the spread. So go ahead, Dub. Dub, you're on mute. I unmuted you.
Oh, my bad. Damn, look, I'm doing all this talking. Listen,
Yeah.
I ain't got no problem with what you're saying. This is all I'm trying to tell you right here. And the first things first. First things first. Is Sam are we positive that he's quarterbacking? Who's quarterback?
Yeah, he said he's playing. He's starting.
Okay. Are we positive that he 100%?
He says he's hurt with the oblique, but he said he's good to play. So
the oblique. All right, whatever. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all handle that. Listen, this is the problem, man. This is the problem. When it comes down to it, the running game. When you break down the running game for the Seahawks, right? And I don't know how this works. I don't know. I heard you break down the defensive numbers. I want to break down the running game first of the Seahawks, but I heard you break down the defensive numbers. I don't know how this works for.
Boy, we ain't got time. We ain't got time for all that.
I'm out of order.
You are out of order. D-Free still hasn't even gone yet.
I was like in the Oscars when they start running the music and shit when the niggas expecting their award.
Listen, we know Seattle has a great running game, Kenneth Walker. My problem with Seattle's offense is that Clint Kubiak has been great as an offensive coordinator this year. He's going to get some opportunities to coach on other teams. People are already mentioning his name. My problem with Clint is that whenever Walker seems to be running the ball well, he goes to Charbonnet. So that's my only problem with that. And Walker has played well against the Niners in both games. So that's my only problem. They have a great running attack. And listen, like I said, they just manage the game. Don't turn the ball over, get first down, clock management, run the ball, let the defense win the game for you. That's it. Simple. And that's what's been working with Seattle all year long. And they have the best wide receiver in football. The numbers prove it. All pro.
Shut your mouth.
He's the best wide receiver in football.
He's not better than Puka.
You got nerve because you're a Raiders fan and you talk about how you have the best tight end
Puka
and all of that. So I can't say I got the best wide receiver in football.
You know what?
Based on what he did this year.
You know what? He is a phenomenal player.
And
he's not better. He's not better than Puka. He's not better than Puka.
All right, all pro. Anyway, D-Free, go ahead. What you got? And look who comes in right on top.
Like Shot said, like Shot said, what Kyle did with the 49ers being so injured this year against Philly, you got to tip your head off to what Kyle was able to do. It's hard to bet against the 49ers based off of what they just did in Philly. But I'm going to go with Seattle. I just don't know if Sam Darnold's going to show up because the last time that Sam Darnold was in the playoff, he was riding high. They was having a hell of a season, and then he gets to the playoff and he crapped the bed. That man was throwing pick after pick after pick. So
you guys need shit.
I'm a take it as maybe the head coach say, look, we don't need you to win the game. We just need you to manage the game and don't lose it for us. So maybe he'll do something, and because he was playing with two dynamic wide receivers once again and a good defense in Minnesota, and that man just crapped the bed. But 49ers are so beat up. It's hard for me to pick them, but it's also hard for me to pick against them based off of what I saw last week. But I'm a favorite the Seahawks, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think Sam Darnold is going to throw a couple of picks in this game. I think it's going to be a close game, and I think Seahawks will edge it out. I say 13-10. I think Seahawks will edge it out 13-10.
Thanks. Thank you very much. So we got some Niner fans in here saying that the Niners will win. Of course, Mr. Shelton, the big Niner fan, comes in right on time all the time. He wasn't here the entire live. We talk boxing, we talk the Denver game, and boom, we talk about the Niners, and it's bang, bang, Niner gang, which I hate more than anything in the world. We'll see tomorrow. I think knowing the way, my luck is, I'm sure the Seattle will make me sweat, and they won't win as comfortably as I think they should win tomorrow. So, but I really do think they're the better team. They proved it in Week 18, and the Niners are just beat up right now. I think Shanahan's done a phenomenal job. Salah's done a phenomenal job coaching and getting the team playing above their head and better than what they're supposed to be playing. But going into Seattle, Seattle, every time they were the number 1 seed, Seattle has made the Super Bowl. So let's see what happens this week. So I'll leave it on that. But I got.
Hey, did y'all notice that the AFC and the NFC are exactly the same? The one versus the 6, 2 versus the 5 in the AFC and the NFC.
Yep.
Wow, that's fascinating. No, I didn't repeat. Good job, D.
Yeah. So let's go.
This is the best week. This is the best week of football, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The divisional round is the best. Because with the expansion now, there's some teams that really not that good that get in, like the Panthers and teams like that. It's like they cut the fat. The divisional round is the best. Anyway.
All right, the next game is Sunday, 3 o'clock. The Texans at New England. Texans 12-5. They've been hot. Defense has played great of late. Taking on the Patriots, who's also got a great defense as well. Last week, let's go into the Texans had 4 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 12 quarterback hits, and 2 touchdowns by way of turnovers. They had a fumble return for a touchdown by Sheldon Rankins and a 33-yard interception return by Kalen Bullock. Oh, no, excuse me, a 50-yard interception return. So the Texans defense in their front four has been phenomenal. They're playing great ball, especially on the defensive side. They're probably the best defense in football. It's just their quarterback, Stroud. And on the other side, the other team, Patriots, Drake May, he threw for a touchdown, threw a pick. But their defense, 6 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, and 11 quarterback hits. The Patriots are favored in this game by 3 points. We'll start off with D. Free. Who you got and why? New England taking on the Texans.
I got New England winning this game because it's going to come down to the offense. Both of them got good defense. I mean, it's a separation of probably about 50 yards and a couple of points. Which team is better? But when we look at the offense, Houston offense relies on their receivers. They don't really have a run game like that. It's decent at times, but they don't really have a run game. Their offense relies on their receivers. And you missing your number 1 receiver and Drake May, a candidate for MVP of the year. He's been playing lights out all year. They got a decent run game. Their wide receivers, most people can't name anybody outside of Stephon Diggs. And so I mean, I'm gonna go with New England, and I think New England will cover that 3-point spread.
Okay. Dub right side, I think he fell off a cliff. He probably fell asleep because I think he was a little bit, but Sock, what do you like? The Patriots favored by 3, hosting the Houston Texans.
Well, the Houston Texans on the defensive side have been one of the most impressive teams all year. Do you know what happened December 16th, 1773?
Say that again. December 16.
Yes. Yeah.
New Orleans versus New
with
England
the
Patriots.
something with the British with the war of what 1873 or something.
Right.
Like
Well, that was the Boston Tea Party, right? And that's
Okay.
when the revolution started, right? One of the things that started the revolution.
Professor
And
Socrates.
the tea was overthrown on the ship. Well, I believe every single New England Patriots fan, their hopes will be thrown into the Boston River by the Texans defense. Okay. I think they're going to come crashing down to earth. Drake May will really get humbled, and the Texans are going to go into New England. Similar to do you remember when the Jets went in and destroyed the Patriots at home?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it's going to be that type of feeling. The Patriots fans are gassed like Venezuelan Citgo gas right now. They are going to get humbled. Iron Sheik camel clutch. The Texans are going to beat them by 2 scores. But like you said, Tom, Stroud is the key. He can't turn the ball over. He needs to play smart. I like the Texans defense. Defense travels. I think that now the Patriots have playmakers. Diggs, the running back from Ohio State is a good player. And I think Drake May is a great player. And as much as I hate Josh McDaniels, a good play caller, but I think the Texans defense is elite. Give me the Texans to win 27-10, 24-10, something like that. So they're gonna go in and dominate the Patriots.
Okay, interesting. We got 2 guys. I mean, Lanier says that he's got the Texans by 7, so he's agreeing with you. And Shelton has the Niners versus the Texans in the Super Bowl. Mr. Shelton's just a hater, so and he is a Niner fan, so he's gonna pick the Niners, but he's gonna have to change his pick next week because the Niners are gonna be eliminated. So D Free, you also took the Patriots, right? No, you took the Patriots, right?
Yeah, I picked the Patriots by 3.
Okay. Yeah, I like the Texans in this game too. It's tough though. This is going to be Drake May's toughest test against that defense. I just read the numbers what they did last week. But it's all on Stroud, man. Stroud has just looked very amateurish. Ever since that rookie year, he's looked terrible, man. I mean, and the Patriots defense is no pushover. I mean, it may not be what the Texans defense is, but the Patriots have a good defense as well. So I don't know. It's a tough game. It's going to be cold. I'm leaning with you, Sock. I don't think it'll be as dominant, but I see the Texans winning this game. The defense makes a play. They'll get a turnover for a touchdown like they did last week, and I like the Texans to win in a low scoring game, similar to what the Patriots did to the Chargers. But now they're going to get a taste of their own medicine, and it's going to be the Texans. I could see a similar score. I could see a field goal game. So give me the Texans 12-10.
Yeah, I mean the Chargers were kind of like what the 49ers are. They just haven't been able to overcome. But the Chargers were decimated with injuries this year. So I think that I really hate the Patriots, and I definitely want them to lose. Put it that way.
Okay, and then our final game.
Patriots, but you like all of the other Boston teams.
But I'm a Raider fan. The dynasty started because of a fucked up call.
Oh, I'm not even going to say it because you're going to talk bad about him.
The tough rule.
What's the guy's name? The guy that that hurt Gannon. It was Gannon, right?
Well, that's the Ravens. That's why I don't like.
Well, that was the Ravens. That was the Ravens. You're right.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about the tough rule. That tough rule.
The tuck rule. What's he talking about? Saragusa?
Yeah.
Fuck.
My man Alvin Joyner says Seahawks all the way. Let's go Hawks. My man DP Rock is in the building. Salute to you, DP. All right, final game. The game that I don't care about unless Seattle wins. Right? If Seattle loses, I don't give a damn. If Seattle wins, I care. The Rams are favorite 3.5 I believe it's 3.5 at Chicago. It's supposed to be very cold. I don't know if it's going to snow. That's a difficult game right there. I think the Rams are really good, and I don't want to play them. I didn't want to play them this week. Now we play the Niners. So, but going into Chicago's played pretty well. Talk to me, Sock. You can lead off.
I've been on the Rams bandwagon like all year. I thought they've been very good, but the last few weeks they have not been great. And the Bears, you can't count them out. Like you talk about like the team that could in the fourth quarter. Caleb Williams, listen, inside when the game is on the the game's on the field, you can talk about Caleb Williams and his zestiness all you want, but he's got that clutch gene. He's a playmaker. He's scary good, and their coach is. If he's your coach, you like him. If you're playing against him, you want to punch him in the fucking face. I'm picking the Rams because I think they got. I always go with the team with the better coach and the best player on the field is Puka Nacua. Give me the Rams, but I'm that's the one game that I wouldn't bet. But I'm going with the Rams. I think the Rams. I think the Rams go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl this year. But the Bears are. If you want to make some money, bet the Bears.
Interesting. So you think the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl, but to make money, you
tell me
the Bears.
Yeah, I mean they're favorite, right?
Yeah,
the Rams are favorite. Yeah, so I'm saying if you want to make some money, I think the Bears have a puncher's chance. I mean, especially if it's close in the fourth quarter. The Rams, they haven't looked great the last few weeks. If you look at them, they haven't been great the last few weeks. Devontae Adams, I don't think he's 100%. He looked old. He's trying to show his age a little bit. I don't know if is the injuries, but the Bears got players, and Caleb is good. He's a good player.
Okay. Well, I mean, the thing about the Rams is that they've been very inconsistent, like you said, and they haven't played well of late, especially defensively, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've been giving up a lot of yardage to teams, a lot of points to teams, very inconsistent. They are well coached, but it seems like teams have found a way to put up yardage on them and to move the ball against them. And, they're one of those teams that like to play those analytics and, they'll go for it on fourth down when they don't really need to go for it on fourth down, which you see that a lot in the NFL now with this analytics. They're one of the teams that do that, do that. So, but, playoffs is different. It's a different ball game, and playing on the road is different, especially playing in the cold. Now, I know both teams got to play in the same conditions, but you figured Chicago's practicing in it. They're playing in it a lot more. The Rams are, they play in good weather pretty much most of the year.
I'm sorry. By the way, the Rams special teams have been shaky. And when you play on the road, I mean, they had the block punt last week, right?
Yeah.
Against them. Yeah. So that's I'm like, fuck, man. Like I said, I like the Rams to win the Super Bowl, but I would not be surprised if Bears knock them out. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't mean to steal your time.
Another thing that's interesting, the Bears probably one of the better teams as far as comebacks. They've made a habit of comeback victories. I think they've won based on my notes here, they've won 7 games where they had to come from behind. One of the games was against your team, Sock, the Raiders. They were down 24-19 before winning 25-24. They were down to DeFreeze Commanders. They came back and won. They were down by 8. They came back and won that game as well. The Bengals.
The Eagle game. The Eagle game.
This was another game they came back.
In Philly.
The Vikings was another game. And then the Packers last week as well. So here's what I find a couple things interesting. Stafford versus the Bears pass defense. Stafford's arguably the league's MVP. He's completed 65% of his passes on an average of 7.9 yards per attempt this season. Let me see what he did last week. Even while going through a cold streak during the game last week against the Panthers, he threw for 304 yards and 3 touchdowns. So the Bears allowed opponents to complete 66.6% of their passes, and that's an average of 7.6 yards. So they're not good against the pass. I think Chicago's a better run defense than pass defense. So, but which is bad because the Rams have one of the best wide receivers in the game. Remember what I said, Sock? One of the best, not the best. Okay,
well, I guess
the best place in Seattle.
Is this game a shootout?
I want to say yes. I think
it's a shootout. I think it's a shootout. I think the game's going to be in the third. I think the first team to 40 wins.
Well, a lot of the predictions that I'm reading here, everything's like in the 30s, you know. So and they have it by a touchdown or 6 points, 5 points, you know. So I kind of favor the same thing. I'm just hoping, you know, like I said, if Seattle wins, I care. If Seattle don't win, I really don't care. But at the end of the day, it's always screw the Lambs, not the Rams, the Lambs. So I'm hoping Chicago will come back and win. And, you know, I'm going to pick the Bears to win this game and another comeback victory. I feel like they'll be losing late in the fourth quarter. And I think Caleb does it. I think Caleb, you know, Caleb makes a statement as one of the big quarterbacks or the, you know, best quarterbacks in the league with this game. Goes in and comes back and beats the Rams. And I'm going to say that the Bears will win. Get this. I got a really high scoring. I think they win 42-38. Bears win.
That's a classic. Okay.
Bet the over. Bet the over and go to sleep.
You think? Okay.
Yo, check out this question, Sock. Will the Eagles win this weekend?
Wow.
I hate the Eagles. I love it. Man. Bears blowout. Wow, this you've been picking some. Leonard's picked some crazy. He's got the Niners winning. He's got the Texans winning big. He's got the Bears winning big. I wouldn't mind it. I hate the Rams. Not as much as the 49ers though. So so you get me going with this, right? Look, Sock. He gets me going with will the Eagles win this weekend, and then he goes to the Let's Go Niners. You're killing me, bro. Damn, man. I'm a Seahawk fan, man. Come on, man. With that being said, man, we did extra overtime today. The boxing segment took way too long this week.
D. Free didn't give his pick.
Conversation, huh?
D. Free didn't get his pick.
I thought he picked the Rams.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why'd you ask him?
He did. I thought he did make his pick. He went after you.
No.
Oh, no.
I got you, D. I got you, birthday boy.
That's cool. I was waiting on Thomas because what he left out was all of those teams were not in the playoffs except for 2, and the 2 that didn't make it to the playoffs, they got questionable quarterbacks in the fourth quarter. They make questionable decisions. So yeah, it sounds good, but it wasn't against elite teams. But the Chicago Bears should have lost last week. They should have lost. But once again, like I said, the Green Bay Packers, their quarterback in the fourth quarter, he's always questionable. He makes questionable decisions. You be like, why would you was playing so great the first 3 quarters, and now all of a sudden you look like a rookie playing in the fourth quarter. So if it wasn't for the fact that Jordan Love had some questionable passes that he threw in the fourth quarter, Chicago Bears should have never won that game. They was down by, I think, like 14 or 15 points in the fourth quarter. They should have never won that game. I don't see Chicago beating the Rams. I see the Rams airing it out all over Chicago's weak secondary. Their secondary is the weakest that I've seen out of all of the playoff teams this year. They got the weakest secondary. Their secondary is weaker than the 49ers. Their secondary is weak. And so, I think Devontae Adams and Pakua, they're going to have a field day. And don't forget, they got their tight end back as well. Their tight end is back. He showed himself last week. So
he won the game.
He has a full. He had. I think he had. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had a touchdown. But I know he did. He had a touchdown last week.
He scored the game winner, right?
Yeah. So I mean, nah, I don't see. I see Chicago getting beat. Probably, I say 34-21.
Okay. Listen, yeah, a lot of my picks here as far as that game is out of hatred because I don't like the Rams or the Niners. So a lot of it is wishful thinking as well. Shower says I'm a hater because the boxing segment was great. We had a great conversation with the boxing. It went over 2 hours. I wanted to, I wanted to do a little even platform, but it was a great conversation. BVO's crazy as usual. But nah, you're right, Shower.
Hey,
I apologize.
But
the boxing segment was great.
In all fairness, Thomas, the boxing segment went on as long as it did because you was waiting for Socrates to get up here.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I was listening. Well, I was driving, so it wouldn't be fair, So I thought you guys did a good job with the boxing. And Tom, is Liam Smith a superstar in the making?
Liam Smith or Dalton Smith?
Him too, Dalton Smith. Do you think he's the man that used the man that hit Matias with a video game combo?
Oh, wow, man, damn,
bro.
I would say he's
bro,
definitely he's a threat at 140. He's definitely a threat at 140 because
look at that.
I believe he has.
Yeah, but he won.
Takes to beat beat Richardson Hitchens. I think he could beat Richardson Hitchens.
But is he box office though? But is he a boxer? See, because I'm looking at it I'm looking at it from big picture. Is he somebody that are they gonna be yelling? There's only one Dalton Smith. You know what I mean? Like is he? Does he have super? Like he brought a crowd, right? For a fight.
It's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that because
let's go. Let's get it.
Check it. So it's funny you mentioned that, because that's what
I have a love-hate. I have a love-hate with the UK. They're the great colonizers. Fuck them. But at the same time, they're tremendous sports fans. So it's love-hate.
And you got to remember that's in Brooklyn. That's in Brooklyn.
That's in Brooklyn. So look, boxing needs stars. You know what I mean? And
it all depends on who they put him in the ring with. It all depends on who they put him in the ring with, because I don't think he's going to get in the ring with Richardson Hitchens. He's talking about moving to 47. I don't think he could beat Antoine. I think but I do think that it would be a good fight if they put him in with somebody like Aaron Barbosa, putting him in with Alberto Puyo.
That's who I think they could get. That's what I think they could get to go to fly to because he's got to make the first defense over there in his hometown, right?
Probably, yeah. Most likely, I would think so.
And they got to get a guy that's somewhat
Sheffield.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Now,
Now Puello's style is a little. You don't know. He's got to be a credible opponent. I mean, I'm looking at the picture. I mean, he's tall. Is he a big? He looks like he filled out. He was probably a junior middleweight at that.
Well, I mean, the picture's a little deceiving because Thomas ain't nothing but like 5'7", so he ain't really that
tall. Jesus, man. How about this? Here's a question I didn't ask. Where do you rank this as far as like UK fighters coming over to the States and winning titles? Where would you rank this amongst any other UK fighter that's done it? I mean, Kell Brook did it. He came over. He beat Sean Porter. Who else has done it? I think Frampton did it. He beat Cruz in Brooklyn, I think, too.
I was there. Yes, that was there.
I can't remember.
I would say he's probably somewhere around fourth, because he's not going to be over Kell Brook. He's not going to be over Josh Taylor. Who's the other
Josh Taylor beat the Mexican.
Ramirez. Was that here?
Yeah. That was here in Vegas.
Yeah, that was here.
But you know what? But none of them have won by stoppage though.
That is, yeah. I mean, that's fight of the year candidate for sure. Damn, I'm trying to think. The last time a Brit came over here.
I know Frampton and you was there. That was in Brooklyn. Frampton beat
I don't know why I want to say
Cruz, right?
I don't. Why do I want to say?
Kell Brook beat Sean Porter here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one, but that was a decision.
You know what was fight of the year? You know what was fight of the year? Was Carl Froch coming from behind and stopping Jermaine Taylor in Foxwoods.
That was here? What? Yeah,
that was in Foxwoods.
Yeah, he beat him in the last round.
Yes, nigga. Wow. Who you talking to? Who's on the air? Don't question me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was pretty good. Damn, I'm trying to think of another one.
Was you at that fight?
You know what? I was supposed to be at that fight, and I couldn't go at the last minute. But I had a credential and everything. It's disappointing. It's I don't know. Dalton Smith. I mean, obviously he's got Eddie Hearn, one of the great promoters. You know, as far as promoting his fighters. If they line him up right, he can make a star. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But like you said, it depends who you match him up.
Right opponents.
Correct. I agree with you 100%.
With the right opponent, because if you put him in there with just anybody, ain't nobody gonna pay attention to him. They're gonna be like, okay, he's a champion, but he ain't fighting nobody. But if you put him in there with some decent opponents at 140, he could be a star. He could be a
Lennox
star.
Lewis won the title. He became undisputed in Vegas.
When he beat who?
But that wasn't his first fight over here, though, was it?
But he won he won one of the belts here, I think. Against Evander. Evander, that was Las Vegas. He won the title against Evander.
Well, the first fight when they robbed him, when they robbed him at the Garden, when they robbed him in the Garden, right? Right, Lennox and Evander one was at the Garden. They robbed Lennox.
Okay. They said okay, and then did Calzaghe win a title here?
They're gonna BBO.
No, I don't think so.
They're gonna BBO. T.O. stops him in 3 rounds. T.O. ain't stopping nobody. The only person T.O. stopping is Campus. That's the only person T.O. stopping is Campus.
Alan Minter. They listed Alan Minter here.
Oh, we digging in the crates.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at all the UK fighters that won.
On the road?
On the road. So Prince he's from Sheffield, the Prince, but I think he was already world champion.
He's already champion. Yeah, Kevin Kelly was. Yeah. He was like his first HBO test.
Yeah.
But it was great, you know. It was
Arthur Abraham? No, Arthur Abraham. Did he win?
He's German. He's Armenian German.
Yeah, he's not from UK. Yeah, he's not UK. Kelly Pavlik is from Ohio, so he's American. He's from Youngstown.
Yeah. Just because he's
because he's white.
He's from Youngstown, Ohio. And it's funny, all 3 of them beat Jermaine Taylor.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
they come up as JT.
Yeah. Well, except Pavlik beat him earlier. He got dropped, and then he got off his feet and beat him. And Abraham.
But that's what I'm saying. That was his come up. Like all those guys became, stars because Arthur Abraham. Ooh, that was one of the most vicious knockouts.
Yeah.
In that Super 6 tournament.
No, this is the first time I think I'm going to agree with aircraft carrier. Like Carl Froch is my favorite UK fighter. Also, I love.
Yeah, Carl Froch. He's cool. He's a cool dude too.
Yeah,
cool dude. His wife is hot too.
Of course, sock with the extra.
I'm just saying. I'm just speaking facts.
Anyway, man, we've been on a long time. This has been great. D-Free, I appreciate you spending your birthday 3 hours, donating 3 hours of your birthday with us, man. I appreciate
Happy
it. Happy
birthday.
Not a problem.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
So
hope you're off this weekend.
Yeah. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna close up shop. This is Dan. We haven't gone this gone late like this in a minute. But definitely it was a good boxing talk, good football talk at the end. But definitely I love the boxing talk, and we'll continue to do that each and every week. Got some interviews lined up this week as well, so stay tuned for that. Appreciate everybody in the building that came through and showed love, and everybody saying happy birthday to D Free. With Thomas Hill, salute to you, bro. Aircraft carrier, salute.
Hit that cash app, right? D3.
Yeah, I don't have a scroll at the bottom.
It's all good.
You guys enjoy the games tomorrow. Go Hawks. If the Seahawks lose tomorrow, don't hit me up because I will not answer the phone. So yeah, you know what's funny is that we're in a group chat, D3. I think I told you this many times, and I'm the last man standing. They're waiting for me to lose. They're waiting for the Seahawks. They're gonna jump me, bro. They're waiting so bad.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, for sure. For sure.
Look at this. They're losing.
Y'all not gonna be able to reach Thomas for
That's crazy.
Everybody's against me. 2 days.
Yo, if the Seahawks win, I'm going live right after the game. I'm telling you right now. Yeah.
If Seahawks lose, y'all won't see Thomas or his Thomas in about 3 days.
Where are you watching? Where you watching the game at?
I'm gonna be home. Aircraft carrier. The Yankees is the only New York team I rock with. And if you want to count Syracuse basketball, that's upstate in Syracuse. But the Bronx Bombers, the Yankees, only New York team that I like. So, and boxing, I like all the fighters from New York. I support the New York fighters. But sports teams, the Yankees is the only New York team I like. But to answer your question, Sagi, I'll be home. I'll watch the game here. I don't want to be bothered by anybody because I know all the waiting for me.
And I don't know if we're going to get together before Monday, but go Hoosiers on Monday.
Oh yeah, college. Oh, we didn't even talk about that. Maybe I'll try to go live Sunday and talk about the college football game. But yeah, Hoosiers in Miami college football game. Big football weekend. But guys, I gotta go, man. It's late. You guys take care and we'll catch you on the
Peace.
Later.